What's up, everyone? How are we doing so far today? It's the Battle of the Ocean, Part 4, finale. Canucks versus Sharks, 7 o'clock start tonight. This is Nothing is Perfect. I'm Russell Holiday, and we are going to be watching this second last game of the regular season for your Vancouver Canucks against those filthy San Jose Sharks. Should be interesting. Got some lineup changes and some news to talk about, but as we always do, we're going to start off by saying hello to all you beautiful people who are in chat right now, waiting for the game to get started. Then we're going to go through the stats that you want, but you don't really need. Thirdly, we'll go through the Canucks lineup, show you those different changes that have happened for the lineup today. In the first intermission, Dustin Boydell will be here for the Rusty and Dusty Sideshow. We'll talk about the ups and downs of the first period, and then we'll get into all the latest Canucks news of the day. And then during the second intermission, we are going to be featuring a video from a YouTube channel called Kea Productions. He does a whole bunch of different videos about some of the greatest players of all time. Today's video we will be featuring is called The Humble Story of Marcus Naslund. If you do want to hit up his channel, hit the link in the description. He's got a bunch of different videos on there. It's got like 2,500 subscribers, like 500,000 views. So lots of cool stuff on there. Peter Forsberg, Steve Yzerman, a lot of the greats are on there. So go check it out. I'm sure your favorite player is on that. So Kea Productions, second intermission, check them out in the description. And then the post-game show, Dustin Boydell will be back. We'll do the Rusty and Dusty post-game. And we'll go through how the game shakes out this evening. So let's do the hello thing. A bunch of you were here early too. What's up with that? Zoe was here before I turned on my computer. It said Mackinac. Calvin 99 Charlie was just like Trevor Linden. And Zach became a member again. Thank you very much, Zach. I appreciate you becoming a member of Nothing is Perfect. And then Rod was here too, and he said, "Go Canucks, go!" And then Charlie's like, Kudratsev and Tolopilo guy is in net as also. Farq Oilers says, "What's up, guys? Dobby. And then Big Hog Hockey says, "Warning to Ichigo, if you support the Sharks at least once tonight, I'm banning you from the entire stream." Oh, and then Hachiko follows up and says, "Sharks will win 20-1. And then Zach says, "Vancouver wins 5-2. And then Zoe says, "Hee-haw." And then Zoe says, "Dobby looks so dapper in his fedora." And then Michael Chow says, "The WNBA draft is more riveting than listening to Luke Gazdic." I agree with that. I agree. And then Michael Chow also said, "I predict the score will be 200 to -50 for the Canucks, but only because Celebrini scores 10 goals to keep it from being -60. Fair enough, Michael Chow. That's a good prediction. I could see that happening. Thomas in the chat. Welcome, Thomas. Let's go. Sup, everyone? How's it going, Thomas? Welcome back. Calvin 99 Charlie. Demidov got a goal and an assist. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen his goal yet, it was essentially a Sedin ripoff. You know, the classic Sedin play where they ice the puck and then the player beats out the icing and then scores? That's what they did. Must be a Sedin fan. Calvin 99 Charlie. Tom Willander isn't coming to Vancouver. Yeah, apparently he is in class today in Boston, but I'm starting to think I don't mind if he plays another year in college. Everyone's like, "We need to get him." It's like, nah, I think I'm fine with him playing another year down there. And then there's Rod again. Go Canucks, go! Coming to you live from Kamloops. It's Rod. Hachiko, shark. And then Big Mac says, "Yo, what's shaking, everyone? What's going on, Big Mac? Welcome back, buddy. Lanky32 is here. Let's go, Kudratsev and Tolopilo." And then Rod's just like, on the verge of crying this season. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Big Hog Hockey, Kudratsev, such a sick name. Michael Chow, I don't mind Willander finishing the school year. This may be the last time he's with a lot of friends he made over the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Honestly, Michael, I wouldn't be sad if he played another year down there in college, because there is a lot of benefits to playing down there. He is playing against men. There's a lot of older guys who play in college hockey as well. Most likely, I don't think Hudson will be back, and he has kind of been playing with Hudson, but I think if Willander plays another year down there, it might be good for his development. But, I mean, our defense is pretty much set for next year, right? Calvin 99 Charlie. Oh, is that why he's staying? Well, I support that. Oh, yeah. Calvin's on board. Michael Chow. Calvin 99 Charlie. I don't know why, but it seems like good possibility. Yep. Big Hog Hockey. If I were him, I'd want to join Abby to get professional playoff experience. Is he eligible for AHL playoffs? Yeah, apparently. Lanky32, spell it right at least. Haha. Yeah, good luck spelling that. Hello, whale people. This is Gary Wiseman. Welcome back. Gary Wiseman, the funniest man in chat. Gary Wiseman putting a whale in chat. You love to see it. Michael Chow. He would have to sign an amateur tryout contract. Oh, so he could do it. Your foot is not dinner, Dobby. Calvin and Charlie. Did anyone see Bedard's face when Demidov was in Montreal? He looked Jello Chicago. Never did that for him. And then she goes like sharks. Yeah, Bedard's getting jealous. Big Ogoggy, come to Van City, Bedard. Yes, Calvin and Charlie. That's what I said on that video. Dobby just chewed on his foot and then coughed up a hairball because he's an idiot sometimes. Lefty all around. Let's go, Linus Carlson. The next campaign. Neely. Yeah, except for hopefully we don't trade him to Boston. Derek Wang in chat. Welcome, Derek Wang. Nice to have you, buddy. Hope Tolopilo will do us good because Tolopilo is Shelov's best friend. Cool. Big Hog Hoggy. Can't wait till we get both Celebrinis. Yep. Apparently, Aiden Celebrini will not be playing. We'll be playing another year down in college as well. Only if the Sharks can have Quinn. In Prickett, we trust. Welcome back, Matt from the past. Coconuts go Trevor Linden. Coconuts go Trevor Linden. Coconuts go Trevor Linden. Dobby. Calvin and I heard the spoilers got Lane Hudson's younger brother. Is that what that is? He did. The Sharks have a Dan Quinn. The Sharks can have Dan Quinn. Oh, yeah. Giving him our old captain, eh? Big Agagi Hachiko, well, trade a 7th rounder for Celebrini. Yep. Yeah, we will. No, in Prickett we trust. You don't think Celebrini is worth a 6th round pick? Deal? Okay. Good luck, Canucks, I guess, says Mike Torrance. Yeah. Good luck, I guess. Big Agagi. Oh, my bad. A 6 for Celebrini. Macklin for a 6. Book it. In Prickett we trust. In Prickfetti we trust. Hachiko has to agree now. Calvin 99 Charlie, I'd get Celebrini for future considerations. And then in Prickfetti we trust. Yep. Celebrini for Mancini. Yeah, we'll give you Mancini for Celebrini. Sure. That's my offer. Deal. B-Dog, hello. What's up, B-Dog? Welcome back. How's it going? Hopefully you're not working too hard. B-Dog, you always seem like you're working too hard. Drew Richards in the chat. Hey, all. It's been a great season with you all. Welcome back. Drew Richards, king of the mods. Drewski. Big Hog Hockey deal. Hachiko, yay. And then Drew's like, Coconuts glow. And then Prickfetti we trust is like, Coconuts glow. And then Drew's like, Coconuts glow, Coconuts glow, Coconuts glow. And then Zach's like, let's go Vancouver. And then Big Hog's like, let's go. We have Macklin and Aiden Celebrini. And then Matt from the past is like, Dobby, Dobby, Dobby. And then Zach's like, green, blue, white. And then Michael Chow says, Russ has horns tonight. Yep. My batleth horns. Russ always has horns. Yeah, usually they're just hidden in my hair. Big Mac's like, Dobby, learn the rules. Trevor Linden, swear jar, goal, Coconuts go. Jake Sags Hockey, Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac. And Soul Search Guru back in the house. How's it going, Soul Search? Nice to see you again. Welcome back to Nothing is Perfect. Michael Chow, isn't Willander a free agent if he finishes his 4th year at BU? Like what happened with Adam Fox? Is that true? Oh, no. Scott Wonder got a good vid for next year. Fresh start, no drama, hopefully. New black seats, etc. Oh, good vibe. Yeah, Scott Wonder. I like it. Put that positivity out in the universe. New seats? Fresh start? Heck yes. Hachiko, the Habs are going to choke themselves out of a playoff spot. Aren't they already? I thought they clinched as a result of that game tonight. So they lost to the Blackhawks, but I'm pretty sure they still clinch off of that. Let's hop on over and see that. I'm pretty sure they still clinch, right? So they got 89 points now. Oh, no, they're not clinched yet. Oh, la, 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 la. Or maybe, I don't know if this is updated with today's score, but yeah, you might be right, Hachiko. You might be right. Big Hog, agree. Michael Chow, I question the choice of black seats because goalies will have trouble tracking high shots. But what if there's people in those seats anyways? So then, I mean, it doesn't make as much of a difference, right? If there's people sitting in them. Drew Richards, Columbus Blue Jackets has Philly and New York Islanders for the last 2 games as well. Ooh, yeah, you might be right. Big Hog agrees. And then Calvin and I share this. What if they put white spot on the puck? Laugh out loud. Like the brand or a actual white spot? Milosh in the chat. Go Canucks, go! And then Lefty all rounds like number 94 on the second power play unit. Good job, Rick Tocchet. If you score a hat trick, you get a McHat-trick, Big Mac fries, and McNuggets. Huh. Is that a deal? Is that a deal? And glass Heedle. Oh, no. Yeah, Heedle is kind of made of glass. The players that scores a goal gets endless French fries. Gary Wiseman, McScorley meal. All right, let's hop over to the stats that you want, but you don't really need. How about that? All right. Vancouver Canucks playing on Monday. They've done it 303 times in their career or in their existence. They are 133 and 153, which doesn't sound great, but at home they are 88 and 69. So we desperately need the Canucks to win this game so we don't lose the fact that we have 69 losses. Just saying. Vancouver Canucks on April the 14th. They have played on April the 14th 7 times in their history. They're 2-5. So that's not great either. But they are 1-2 at home. So we have the chance to make it 500 on April the 14th. So let's cross our fingers on that. Vancouver Canucks versus the Sharks. They've played 134 times. The Canucks dominate 71 and 56 overall. At home, they are 33 and 26. They actually have more wins in San Jose than they do at home. So that's interesting. Either way, we like both those stats. Canucks versus the Sharks on Monday. They've played on Monday 14 times. The Canucks are 8-4 against them, 5-3 at home, and 3-1 on the road. So we like 3 of the 4 stats tonight. So that means the Canucks will probably lose. Canucks' current leading scorer versus the Sharks is Brock Besser. He's got 12 goals in 26 games played. Quinn Hughes has 17 assists in 17 games and 24 points in 17 games. So that means he's got 7 goals as well. The Sharks' current leading scorer also just announced that he will not be returning. So Logan Couture, the longest serving Shark, just announced today that he will not be able to return from the injury that he's received. So this is the last time that you'll see Couture on this list. But he does have 23 goals, 22 assists, 45 points in 48 games. But obviously, like I said, won't be playing tonight because he is going to have to retire, unfortunately. Poor guy. And then we also got my face there. Looks like I'm ready to fight after the last game. Got Dobby. There's the whale. There's Dustin. And then there's the thumbnail for the humble story of Marcus Naslund from Kea Productions, which you'll see in the second intermission. Team stats. Macklin Celebrini, 8 points in his last 5 games. Will Smith has 5 goals. Macklin Celebrini has 5 assists. Quinn Hughes, 5 points in his last 5 games. Jake DeBrusk, 3 goals in that time. And Quinn Hughes also with 5 assists. All 5 of his points are assists in the last 5 games. The Canucks have defeated the Sharks 3 times so far this year. All of these games have been by 1 goal. Absolutely ridiculous. If we're looking at team stats wise, the Sharks are at 25th in the league for the power play. The Canucks are 14th, 23%. Sharks are at 18.6%. Penalty kill wise, the Sharks are not great there. They're 73.5%, 29th in the league. The Canucks have the second best penalty kill in the league now, which is crazy. And that's after they gave up 3 the other day against Dallas too, which is very impressive. 82.6%. Face-off wise, the Sharks are 25th, the Canucks are 23rd, so pretty much a saw-off. Goals for, San Jose's 31st, the Canucks are 22nd, so a little bit better. And then the Sharks have the second worst goals for and the worst goals against. They give up almost 4 goals a game. The Canucks are kind of middle of the pack, 3.8. The Sharks are also 1-7-2 in their last 10 games. They've lost 9 games in a row. And their last win was a shootout win over Toronto. The Canucks are 5-3-2 in the last 10 games. And then standings wise, like we said, is this updated? Does Montreal have one more game after this? Let's have a look. Yeah, so the Montreal Canadiens play one more game. So this is up to date. So yes, so the Blue Jackets still have a chance. They would have to win both of their games and Montreal would have to lose their last game. But Columbus still has a chance. So Montreal Well, let's see how they got there because who did they lose to? It was a really good team they lost to, right? Oh, wait. It was the Blackhawks. So Universal Habs, you should be shaking your head right now. Also, the Red Wings beat the Stars. The Stars are brutal. Can you believe that? The Stars lost again. And then the Rangers beat the Panthers because it doesn't matter anymore. So, and then the Kings and the Oilers are going to be playing at the same time as the Canucks. And Utah Hockey Club is beating the Predators right now in the second period. And the Predators just went to the power play. All right. Let's hop back to the bar, and then we'll quickly bang out the lineup. So the forward lines have not changed. So they are the same. We got Niels Big Hog Hoglander, Pius Suter, and Connor Garland playing on your top line. Your second line comes in as Jake DeBrusk, Ty Mueller in his second game, Brock Besser, probably his second last game with the Canucks, Dakota Joshua, Atu Ratu, Kiefer Sherwood playing together on the third line, and your fourth line is still Drew O'Connor, Teddy Bluger, Linus Karlsson. And then your defense is where things have changed, defense and goaltending, but you won't see it till the very end. Quinn Hughes and DPD playing together on the top pair. Second pair, same as last game. It's Marcus Pettersson. It's Philip Hronik. Here's where the changes come in. We got Kudratsev in with Victorio Mancini on the third pair. So Victorio will be the veteran on that pair. And Nikita Tolopilo, his very first NHL start, has been playing pretty good down there in Abbotsford. So should be interesting to see what we get from Tolopilo and Kudratsev tonight between the Vancouver Canucks and the Sharks. All right, national anthems are just finishing up. So we'll have puck drop here in just a moment for you kids. Before we get started, I would like to propose a toast to evil.
To good.
That way, I'd let my wife actually say it on the air. She's doing art beside me, guys. We got her an iPad. She's going to become a famous artist now with her iPad. Calvin and Charlie. I agree, Scott. I'm excited for next year. Yeah, Calvin's in on the positivity that Scott Wander's bringing. Lefty all around. Number 25 on the second power play. Another wise choice. Ooh, EP getting some time. The optimism. Couture is retiring. Yeah, sad to see. Forced into retirement. Calvin and Charlie. Well, we don't have no stupid riffs. All we have is Glass Demko and Sleep Petey. And Glass Heedle. Oh yeah, forgot about him. Lefty all around. I think number 25 is already a better second power play unit player than number 57. And I love Tyler Myers, but he is 33. That is true. He's getting old. Toronto Maple Leafs versus Buffalo Sabres tomorrow, 7 p.m. Big Hog Huggy. Laugh out loud, guys. I was at the grocery store and there was an Oreo Cluster Quinn display. I asked if I can have it when they're done with it. I might get it. You have to convince your parents to bring that in. All right, opening face-off has occurred. We're into the first period now between the Sharks and the Canucks at Rogers Arena. Big Hog Hoglander falls down at center and gives up the puck right off the bat. Kovalenko playing for the Sharks. Andrei Kovalenko's son. More nepotism in the NHL. Canucks coming offside. Broken play at the line. Mike Torrance, tall goalie we have tonight. Yeah, Tolopilo is a big boy. That is for sure. How tall is he again? I think he's like 6'4", 6'5". Let's see here. Tolopilo, 6'6", man. I undersold him, bro. He's 6'6". Hoo-wee, ow. That's pretty ridiculous. And then Kudratsev, too. 5'11", 200. He's not a huge guy, but he was drafted in the 7th round, too. So we'll talk a little bit about both these guys with Dustin in the first intermission because... as you know, Mr. Dustin Boydell is the man who keeps us up to date on the baby Canucks. Congratulations, Russ, since I've been here at 700 subs. You got over 200 subs this season. Really awesome. Trevor Linden. Thank you very much, Calvin. That's kind of you to say. The second ever member on Nothing is Perfect, Calvin 99 Charlie, everyone. It's kind of a legend around here. Tall Apilo, says Michael Chow. I like that. Calvin 99 Charlie, less than $100,000. Derek Wang, I believe we will keep Besser and Suter, says Derek Wang. Yeah, I wonder if Besser is just negotiating in the press, you know? All right, let's give you a countdown because it looks like they finally finished with all the lineups. So we're at 18, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. Big save by the Shark goaltender there. Canucks with the first chance, but I don't know if it even got to the net because they haven't updated the shot count. That is one reason why we need to keep Suter on the penalty kill. There it is. Yeah, the Canucks have a shot. Yeah, I think they're going to re-sign Suter. They got to make room for him. He's too big of a piece of this team right now. Chop City 8049. I have Brock Besser and William Ekins scoring a goal tonight. What's up, Chop City? How you doing today? Welcome to Nothing is Perfect. Besser scoring a goal. Oh, looks like the Sharks have taken a penalty. Nope, I was wrong. It's like the Canucks have taken a penalty. Whoops. Mancini, Hachiko's boyfriend, taking a penalty. Oh yeah, swinging at the puck, misses it, and ends up going off of the player's stick and into his face. You hate to see it. Matt, Elizabeth Irving, hashtag I love to see her. Yeah, Matt from the future, you have a crush on her, eh? You love that Elizabeth Irving, our anthem singer. Matt from the future. But if you are from the future, does that mean you can tell if you marry her? Calvin and Charlie, Georgie in both their names for goalies, like New Jersey with Wood in their names. Yeah, I think it's Gorgiev in net for the Sharks tonight, right? Ooh, the Canucks just barely get it out. Eklund! Oh, yeah, so Eklund's playing for the Sharks, right? Well, maybe he can get body checked into another goal, eh? Chop City! Welcome to chat. Chop City says Big Hog Hockey. Lefty all around. I love this singer. Very genuine and wholesome lady. Oh, the Canucks are pressuring Kiefer Sherwood. Puts the puck all the way back into his own zone. Marcus Pettersson. The Canucks whip it all the way down the ice again. Oh, that old play. Sherwood in. Puts it in front. Oh, and a swing and a miss from Drew O'Connor. Michael Chow, Elizabeth Irving always has the most incredible Canucks jackets. Yeah. She's like a walking advertisement, kids. Every time she's got a new jacket on. Big Hog Hockey, subscribe and leave a like. Thank you, Big Hog. And then Matt's like, oh, Canada. And Zach's like, our home and native land. And then Lefty all around says, Suter scores tonight. Chop City 8049. You never know who, you never told us who you think is going to score a goal tonight. Between either Brock Besser or Eklund. Chop City, I think that Brock Besser will score tomorrow. Or on Wednesday, I should say. I think Suter's going to score tonight as well. And Big Hog Hoglander. Lanky Hattie says Big Hog. And then she goes like Mancini. Love, 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 eggplant. Love, 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 eggplant. Look at that. Another pass right to the slot. Come on, Canucks. I'm going to start harping on you every... Russ with his Trump impersonation. Laugh out loud. Did I do a Trump impersonation? Huge. Hands up and all. Talking with my hands too much, eh? Too evil. Still want too email emote. Yeah, that is true. I got to get that done. Shout out for Tolo Pito. You're giving him a shout out. That's how I'm going to read it. Too good. Thomas says Dubby. Zach says too evil. Tolo Pilo. My bad. In Prickfetti we trust. To Dobby. He is evil, though, so that kind of works. He is good and evil. Canucks have killed off the penalty. Sharks did not get a shot on the entire penalty, so that's good. Canucks block a clearing attempt by Georgiev. DeBrusk, you're okay to play it. You can literally hear the refs telling DeBrusk that he can play it. Man, I remember when Couture was a young phenom for the Sharks. Shame his career ended this way, but he will be remembered as a Shark legend. Hundo P. Presser's laughing. So the refs laughing too. I guess like maybe Jake DeBrusk could high sticked it or something, but then nobody wanted to play it. And then the refs like, Jake, you can play it. Big Hog Hockey, I don't have parents. I'm an orphan. You're a liar, Big Hog. Number 29, wicked backhand pass. Wow. Hughes on the blue line, puts it down behind the Sharks net, comes all the way around for Jake DeBrusk, who finally plays the puck. He puts it back down the half boards for Besser. Besser skates to the blue line, drops for Hughes. Hughes cuts to the middle high slot, puts it down for Mancini, and Mancini shoots it on the short side and misses short side, and the puck goes off the end boards and all the way down the ice. Calvin and Charlie Russ says Big Hog needs to ask his parents. It is hilarious. Yeah, Big Hog does need to ask his parents to do things. Too evil, says Big Mac. I don't have parents, says Big Hog. I don't trust you, Big Hog. Calvin and Charlie, holy, he's taller than me. Not much people are. How tall are you, Calvin? Big Mac, I'll adopt you, Big Hog. Yay, says Big Mac. Oh, Linus Karlsson couldn't quite get it to that. Oh, and the puck to the front. That one gets blocked. Canucks swarming. Got Drew O'Connor in the corner with Karlsson. They come up with the puck. Give it over to Marcus Pettersson. Pettersson over for Hronek. Chips it down the boards. Puck goes behind the net. Bluger gets out in front. Puck's bouncing around. Gorgiev has covered it up with a couple Canucks chopping away. Zorro Rosario. Hello, Russell in chat room. Mancini missing on the short side. Sup, Zorro. Hello from the chat room, says Gary Wiseman. Thomas. Smash that like and hit the subscribe button. Help support Dobby's college fund. Oh, Dobby's having a nap on mom's foot. It's very cute. Dobby. Lanky 32, 6'6", 229 pounds. Wild. Suitor the Pooter. Big Hog Hockey. Tolopilo is the next Markstrom. Hope you're right, Big Hog. Mancini, idiotic play. It's hilarious how much Tolopilo is above the crossbar. Lefty, shut up, says Ajigo. My glorious Prince Mancini can do no wrong. And then Zoe says, Que paso, amigos? We're doing good, Zoe. How about you, homie? Gary Wiseman, with skates, he probably stands 6'8" or so. Thomas, if Tolopilo does do well in the NHL, he's got some decent stats for UFC, 6'6". Yeah. I wonder how much of a fighter is he? In Prickfetti, we trust. We should have traded Celebrini before the game. He's wearing the wrong jersey. Yeah, fair, right? Why does he not want to play for his favorite team? We still alive, says Midnight Solar. Yes, you guys are. Montreal wants you guys to hang around, apparently. Oh, apparently. Yeah, if we look at the standings, you guys still have a chance. Gotta win your last two games. And Montreal's gotta lose their last two games. But you would win the tiebreaker, so you still have a chance. Does Calgary still have a chance? Yeah, it looks like Calgary still has a chance. Gotta wait and see what happens, though. Back to the bar. Thomas, 3 best PK. Yeah, baby. Oh, we're actually the second best PK now. Ivan Fedotov is taller than Tolopilo, but not by much. Who does Ivan Fedotov play for, Michael? Ratu behind the net, puts it behind into the corner for Sherwood. Sherwood gets knocked, hit, but puts the puck up for Ratu. Ratu puts it in behind the net. Dakota Joshua skates onto it. Joshua gets checked. Didn't play that one very well. Joshua plays that one well and gets it over to Sherwood. Puck to the front of the net into the slot, and it goes by both Canuck players off his stick. 13:21 left to go in the first period. Sharks ringing around the boards. Shot to the front. Ratu stops that one. And then Marcus Pettersson and Hronek team up to stop that puck from doing anything for the Sharks. Blanky, says Zoe. Salutations, also says KJ. What's up, KJ? Gary Wiseman. Whoa. Lefty around number 25 wants to fight again. Laugh out loud. Ooh, Tolopila with his first save ever in the NHL. Took till the 13-minute mark for the Sharks to get a shot. Can't be great for him to be just standing there the whole time. Oh, come on, Shorthouse. Stop copying my commentary. Sharks coming offside. Calvin and Charlie. How tall is Demko? He's like 6'3", not that tall, but still tall. Let's have a look. Oh, no, I don't think Demko will even show up on this. Thatcher Demko is 6'4", so just 2 inches shorter than Tolopilo. Back to the bar. Michael Chow, lefty all around. He had a taste of blood in him. Now he's addicted. Make him sound like a vampire. Lefty all around. For the first fight, he did pretty good. Yep. Did San Jose just ice the puck? Don't they know how hockey works? Do they need to get a copy of the rulebook sent to their bench to review? Learn the rules. Michael Chow, Gary, WTF, man. Hachiko is 2'1". Lefty around. Yes, he is stronger than he looks for that. That is for sure. D, number 25. 12 minutes left to go in the first period. Just 4 shots so far in this game. Oh, there's Kudryavtsev. First time I've seen him on the ice. Now Kudryavtsev in the corner. Puck doesn't quite get to him though. Now he's battling. He puts it up to the half boards, but can't get it out. Puck comes in behind. Kudryavtsev and Mancini take up their spots on the east side of the net. They stop the Sharks from doing anything. Up to Besser in the half boards. He skates it out to center, tips it up for DeBrusque. The Canucks chip it in, and they'll start a change. Popeye the Sailor, Olive Oil, and Bluto symbiotic relationship. Ahoy! Chips ahoy! Hachiko, yo! Says Zach. Hold on, there is a referee or linesperson. What is going on? Good job by Kudryavtsev to box his man out there. Don't eat blood, you will die. Yeah, fair. Gary Wiseman, Russ, I'm impressed with your multitasking skills. Watching the game, reading chat, checking the stat sheets, all while talking. I never shut up. Thank you, Gary Wiseman. I appreciate all the shenanigans that you bring into chat. Coming to us live from Bangkok. No, not Bangkok. Hong Kong. Oh no, EP. DPD. Looks like he got high sticked. Looks like he might have gotten high stick there. DPD, EP25. Taking a stick to the mouth. Sharks come up with the puck, so the delayed penalty is over. We'll see if there's any damage, but it looks like ooh. That right in the mouth, eh? Oh, got him in the nose, eh? He might have a bloody nose, eh? That's a 4-minute double minor. Canucks going to the first power play, but I'd rather just have DPD. Cagnoni taking the double minor. I'm 6'1.5", laugh out loud. 6'1.5", so you're 6'1.5". I'm 5'10", says KJ Brazy. Garland on the half boards. Shot gets blocked in front. Georgiev can't cover it up, but Brock Besser comes back up with the puck, puts it back to Garland. Garland over to Hughes. Hughes shoots it, gets tipped by a Shark player wide to the middle for Suter. Suter puts it over for Garland, rolling puck, so he passes it back to Hughes. Hughes puts it down for Garland. Garland looks down low for Brock Besser, skates to the middle. Besser and Garland change places. Good pass by Besser out to Suter. Suter gets a shot, and Georgiev makes a save. 5'11" on a good day. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I'm about 6 feet. 6 foot on skates. Laughing and crying, says KJ. We look good so far, says Mike Torrance. Ooh, another shot from Brock Besser. Saved by Georgiev. Laughing and crying, says Zach. Trade Aiden Celebrini and Hoggy for Mac. Veronic tying up his man. Canucks skated out. Quinn Hughes over the blue line. Drops it. Puck gets barely across to Sherwood. Sherwood walks down the half boards. Veronic over for Hughes. Hughes puts it in the middle for Hoglander. Hoglander shoots. Georgiev can't cover up the puck, but he does. Now it's a face-off in the Shark zone. Carlson's there digging away. 2:31 left to go on the double minor. Sorry, Big Hog, says KJ. A smaller goaltender might see through the crowded net front. Russ waving like Forrest Gump. What? Russ is copying Shorty's commentary. No! Shorty's copying my commentary, bro. He must have me on in the booth. Hockey looks like a video game unless you are there. In person? A taller one might see over. True. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, KJ. Short one sees under. Ooh, puck just bounces wide of the net. Canucks recover it. But Sharks do well to actually disrupt the play. Get the puck out to center, and then Ratu brings it back down, but the Sharks will ring it around the boards. Veronic blocks that one. Puck into the middle. Recovered by the Canucks. Hoglander on the half boards. Skating down into the corner. Can't find anything. Veronic over for Mancini. Mancini back for Veronic. Veroni back for Mancini. Mancini shoots, goes wide. Got to hit the net, Mancini. Can't score a goal if you don't hit the net. Hoglander on the half boards, put it back up for Mancini. Mancini looks for Hoglander. Hoglander puts it back to Mancini. High slot. Oh, good pass there by Carlson, but Veronic wasn't ready for it. Hoglander puts it down low. Carlson shoots it. That one gets blocked, and that's going to hurt that guy. He's getting up, but he's not doing well. Poor guy. Down low, Hoglander. Two guys down low. You got Veronic down low. Mancini up at the blue line now. Hoglander half boards. Pass across the ice. Ratu back to Mancini. Shot. Canucks cannot block it. Puck will go all the way down the ice. 1 minute left to go on the power play. Canucks now have 10 shots. No, it doesn't, Zoe. Wrong camera angle. Learn the rules, learn the rules, learn the rules, says Drew. In Prickfetti we trust. Learn the rules, learn the rules. Zach also wants them to learn the rules. Only psychos play from the broadcast camera. Yeah. Who plays NHL on the broadcast angle? You would have to be a sociopath to do that. Brock Besser with a shot. That one gets blocked up high, and the Sharks will skate it out. 2-on-2. Sharks get it down low. Trying to kill some time. Does it. Gets the puck over to his teammate, and he'll skate it out to center and pass back into their own zone. Zoe, animal husbandry much. JK, what? Go Leafs go, says Josh Moma. Hey, you guys are going to win your division, aren't you, Josh? Does that make you feel happy? Let's go Leafs, says Zach. 4 minutes. Yeah, lanky. 4 minute. A DPD injury would be so on point for this season. Yeah, Michael Chow, you're right about that. Power play is over. Canucks failed to score. Sharks come out through center. 4 of them through center. Ooh, Toffoli read that one well and then played it up front. Marcus Pettersson. Too predictable, Marcus. Sherwood in. Manages to get to the puck first. Looks to the middle. Shoots it down low. Dakota Joshua plays it off the boards to himself. Out in front, Ratu. No one there, though. Marcus Pettersson puts it to the front. Ratu trying to get a tip on it. Couldn't get a piece of it. 6 minutes left to go in the first period. Massive PP. 42 UF head could have taken open of my favorite eye out UF head. Lefty all around, not happy about DPD getting a puck to the face. Tolo Pilo makes a good save there. Third shot he's faced so far. Milosh, damn, that probably hurt. Yeah, I think he got it in the nose. Fark U Oilers says, hi guys, I'm late. Sorry, my sister's phone was charging. So you stole your sister's phone to watch the game? Hell yeah. Gesundheit. My wife sneezed and Dobby woke up. It's like, is everything okay? Plus, today's the last day I'm an Oilers fan. I thought you were not an Oilers fan anymore. KJ Brazy, here comes a goal. I smell it. Now I'm watching the Kings and Oilers game right now. Calvin and Charlie, is that what The Rock is cooking? Hey, Dobby, come here. Come here. Come on. Hey, come here. Come to your papa. Come on, come on, come on. Up. Yeah. The eyes. They're alien eyes. Yeah. Oh, yes, everyone. Who is this boy here? He's up from his nap, so I thought it would be a good time to bring him in for everyone to say hello to the fluffy boy with the fluffy face. Captain Canuck 99. You'll love to see it. Oh, yes, Stopperton. Unique goal horns in the house. What's up, unique goal horns? LMAO I'm at this game. Oh, buddy. You're at the Canucks game, eh? How's it going so far there, unique goal horns? Nice to have you, buddy. Welcome to Nothing is Perfect. I've seen you in Jake Six hockey videos, but I don't know if I've seen you here before, sir. So welcome to Nothing is Perfect. Oh, yes. Look at this fluffy nugget, huh? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Dobby. Look at this boy with his nice fluffy face. Okay. Now he harasses his mother. Oh, he's so cute and evil. Lanky 32 is 4'9", 4'10". Gary Wiseman, RPP plays like even strength. LMAO, yeah. Fark you Oilers. Guys, says Fark you Oilers. Oh, Elias Pettersson's back, kids. He's back on the ice. That's good to see. 5:15 left to go. Had a good shot there, too. KJ Brizzy, I miss Miller, best connection. Yeah. I mean, at the same time, it kind of made it harder to deal with Bester's contract, too. Fark you Oilers. Guys, what? Says Big Hog. So they looked for 50 hin, but there was only 20. Big Hog, I guess. Big Hog, I can guess how old you are. Michael Chow, this power play is a lot of talking loud and saying nothing. Yep. Michael Chow, accurate. Big Hog, okay. So, you know, a 3-point comeback in 1 minute is unsurpassable. Are you 42, Big Hog? Correct. I guessed it first try. Yep. Good job. They tried. Plus new name. Yep. Captain Canuck 99. Still no Willander signing. I hate Aquilini. I actually don't mind him not signing. But we'll see. Michael Chow, Big Hog is so young, his parents haven't even met yet. Zoe, it has to be the last minute of regulation time, but if someone did it in less time, that would be a new record. Yep. Michael Chow, this is a funny comment. He's not even born yet. Captain Canuck, Oilers are on the power play. Michael laughing and crying. Sure, says Big Hog. Go Canucks, says Derek. Zach putting a dolphin in the chat. Lefty all around. That was a stick to the face. What you talking about? No necromancers or cannibals. Revelations 22, 15 to 19. Sorry to hear, says Michael Chow. My nose was wrong. Yeah, maybe the other player was just trying to correct his nose, eh? Big Hog Hockey. Welcome to chat, Unique Goalhorn, says Big Hug. Too much nose beers out, eh? Laugh out loud, JK. Can you drink beer through your nose? What? Lefty around. Say hi to Suter for me. We need to give him a love to re-sign. Yes, Lefty around. Good. Unique Goalhorns. Make sure you let Suter know that we love him and we need him. Make sure to like and subscribe, says Big Hog. Resigns. Captain Canucks. Guys, I'm watching the Oilers game. Would you want to know the highlights? Even pets can have allergies. Yep. Calvin and Charlie, are you sure it's shampoo? Chico, laugh out loud. Big Hog laughing and crying. Calvin and Charlie, Mama? And KJ's like, Daubertons! And then Calvin and Charlie's like, well, stand on bidness, Hachiko. And Gary Wiseman's like, making dinner. And Gary Wiseman says, is that what he meant? Minor Dow. Welcome, Minor Dow. How's it going, buddy? Dobby. Don't eat swarming things off the ground. Big Mac. Oh, I like the new name. Captain Canuck 99. He, yeah? Heck yeah? Sure. Gary Wiseman, KJ, we have a huge backlog of D talent. Anyway, Willander will be at the bottom of that, especially with how Talkett insists on playing the right way and earning your time. Got Mueller carrying it through center. Puts everyone offside, though. Sharks come up with it, and they'll skate her into the Canuck zone. Tolopilo plays it to the corner. DPD there, but can't come up with it. The Sharks try and pass back to blue line, end up just passing it all the way back into their own zone for some reason. Ouch, says Zoe. Gary Wiseman, no harm in building another year. Yep. But I think somebody was saying earlier that if he plays his fourth year in college, we could lose him. Have I ever had a player who wore the number 99? No. I think there's only been like 2 players. It only has been worn by 6 players beside Wayne Gretzky. Apparently, according to the AI. 6 players wore it, including Gretzky. Oh, so it's 6 including Gretzky. All right, back to the bar. Same for Besser to resign. Yeah, give Besser some love. Passing this game is iffy. Yeah, it's a little sketchy right now. Lots of young guys out there. KJ, just would have been nice to see Willander play a game or 2. Yeah. Michael Chow, Mike Torrance, exactly what I was thinking. No, Calvin, says Big Hog. KJ Brazy, 99 is retired league-wide, Calvin. No one can. And no one has. Could have before Gretzky. Yep. Oh, it is? I did not know. Thanks for the update. Mad cow disease, sociopath, says Zoe. KJ Brazy, there is no before Gretzky. Gretzky said, let there be light. Luger and Carlson battling behind the net. Can't come up with it. But then Drew O'Connor helps out and puts it back for Kudratsev, who stops on the point, puts it down for O'Connor. O'Connor to the front of the net. Puck goes right through the crease. Puck to the front again. But it doesn't get to a Canuck player, and the Sharks skated out. Gary Wiseman, I think 69 is also banned by the league. It is not. Two players have worn 69. Andrew Desharnais and Melvin Angelstad. So, yeah, 2 players wore it. We did have a 99 for a few games, I think. What? Really? Huh. Calvin 99 Charlie, is it really Gary or am I being gullible? KJ Brazy, and God said, "Let there be Gretzky." Big Hog Hockey. Gary is not. It's not banned, but highly rare. Yeah, only 2 players apparently have played that with that jersey on their back or number on their back. 69, dude. Rod from Kamloops. What's up, my dude? And he says, Russ. I said, Rod. He's like, guys, want to know the highlights from the Oilers game? Guys, forget it. No one cares. Even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. Guys, 69 isn't banned, just frowned upon. Michael Chow, imagine if a team could still just go out and sign local prospects instead of drafting them. We'd be in like 30 of the Habs dynasties. Yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of good players coming out of BC and Vancouver in general lately. Yeah, Celebrini and Bedard just alone. Hughes puts it up the half boards, but it gets intercepted. Sharks to the middle, but it gets intercepted, and they come up with it again in the slot, but they chip it to the corner. The Canucks do. And then Hoglander battling the corner, but he allows the play to get to the front of the net. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Suter took the man standing right in the slot. Hoglander chips it down the ice. And that should probably do it. Minor Dow, if you could give the Canucks an award for this year, what would it be named? What would you name it and why? I would call it the Masters of Chaos. And it's for the most chaotic team this NHL season. Minor Dow donating $5 to the cause, to Dobby's college education. We're in the first intermission, kids. Thank you very much, Minor Dow. We appreciate the donation. The Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious trophy. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm Let's actually make sure this is working, because I don't know if it's set up properly right now. There we go. There it is. Yeah, now I can see his face. All right. Without further ado, the moment you've all been waiting for. Dustin Boydell. You didn't know you were a moment, did you?
Pardon me?
You didn't know you were a moment, did you?
I live for the moment. So I guess that makes me a moment.
Another weird period to start things off, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We waited 81 games to put a bumper in the power play. I like, what?
Calling it up that we have a bumper now?
Yeah, like what? We've been yelling and screaming for them to like put someone in that position all year, and they wait till now to put Suter there. And it's like, what? Come on. We didn't score, obviously, but that's where our best chances came from on that power play.
Mm-hmm.
It's always unfortunate when you don't cash in on a double minor, but overall, I mean, we controlled the majority of play for that period, despite we pretty much split the face-offs right down the middle. Everything else is pretty much down the middle, except the Canucks have 12 shots on net, because why not?
Yeah. Which means they're probably going to lose this game like 3-0 or something like that, right?
Yeah, they got to get one goal, and then they'll park the bus and lose by 5 or 6.
Well, we have to remember, too, the Sharks' tendency is to shit the bed against us. So it's our turn to win by a single goal in some stupid fashion.
There you go. Like 1-0. With 50 shots on net, we'll win 1-0.
Yeah. Victoria Mancini with a high sticking penalty, and then another guy who I'd never heard of before, Cagnoni, with a high stick on DPD. Good to see them back, but a couple of power plays.
You cannot do that.
Yeah, you cannot do that. But it looks like DPD probably took it to the mouth and the nose or something like that. But he was back after he went to the locker room. So
yeah, I think that might have been a nose breaker. I think he caught him right on the bottom of the beak, and it just was leaking instantly.
Brutal. And that's hard to get stop that from bleeding when obviously you're playing hockey and your heart's racing.
Oh yeah, he's got the old cotton batting up there for sure.
I was gonna say too, Kudratsev coming in at just over 4 minutes of play. I mean the low minute man, but looks like they're pretty. I mean, other than Quinn Hughes, 8:59, he played 9 minutes of that first period, probably because as a result of playing 4 minutes on the power play properly. But looks like with the way that Taka was talking before this game, it kind of feels like they might be kind of just letting the boys do what they want tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of they're just the young guys are out there. Go play hockey. Just try not to make too many mistakes. Defense first, and then if you have your openings, take them. It it feels a little bit like Tocchet is 1 foot out the door. That's just my opinion. The last couple days, that's just how I felt.
Let's just jump on to the next one. The Department of Player Safety.
Yes, quote unquote.
And I've read a bunch of things, I've watched a bunch of videos, and I've seen a bunch of different things. What are your thoughts on the fact that that piece of shit, I'm gonna have to swear jar again, Trennan will not be suspended for his cheap shot on Forbort, who now has a broken orbital bone and might be looking at surgery?
Yeah, that's a first off, just awful for Forbort after everything he's been through this season with all the injury troubles and losing his father. I mean, that's a tough go. You know, when these hockey players lose their parents, we think about we don't think about them the same way as we think about like our friends and our peers and stuff. But like these guys are kids. Like they're in their 20s and they're losing their parents. Like that's really, really difficult to go through. I mean, most people don't lose their parents till they're in their 50s or 60s if they're lucky, you know. But to lose your parents that young when you're going through when you're an NHL hockey player and trying to focus, like that's tough stuff. So hopefully he's just doing well. When it comes to Trennan, unfortunately, the refs kind of protected him from suspension by calling it the way they did. And realistically, it is black and white in the rule book. The article you sent me, I mean, when you read it, it specifically states exactly what Trennan did. He threw punches to a player that was defenseless after it felt like the altercation was over. And you know, unfortunately, it's written into that you have to have multiple aggressor penalties in a season before you can even be suspended. Had the officials assessed a match penalty with an attempt to injure, then it's a reviewable penalty and can be tacked, and a suspension can be tacked on. However, because the refs called it the way they're actually supposed to call it, he gets away with just having an aggressor penalty on his resume. And because the season is almost over, it's just going to be kind of null and void. And basically the way that rule's written is that the aggressor penalty is enough in place of a suspension unless you have a second one in a season. So it's just a real unfortunate series of events. Overall, it was just a disgusting move. And as soon as you see stripes in front of you, you need to stop. Like that just should be the way it is, and that is like essentially the code. But yeah, just hope Forbort can come out of that well, and maybe we reward him with a contract extension or something, because he's certainly earned it this year with everything he's done by stabilizing the penalty kill and coming back after the real tough start to the season, and to be able to bounce back and have the second half that he did is extremely commendable. And the type of hockey player you want on your team, especially with the young guys coming in and Myers kind of on his way out, you're going to want a couple of veteran guys around. And Forbort kind of seems like the type of guy you definitely want around your young guys and your locker room.
Right. I did see Elliot Friedman talking about the aggressor penalty, and I think he said there has been 2 occasions where the player has been suspended as a result. And he's a former Canuck. I'm having a brain fart now, but he's the one who essentially tooled up Matthew Tkachuk. Do you remember the incident? I can't remember the player's name though, but he got suspended for that one. And there was another one. So, but those are situations where in that situation, it was literally like Matthew Tkachuk was like, I'm not fighting you. And the guy was just like, bop, 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 bop. So in that situation, that was ended up being whatever it was, a 2-game suspension or whatever it was. But in this case, they called it an aggressor, but they didn't think it was bad enough that it deserved a suspension as well.
And we talked about it post game. I said, I don't know if that's going to get a look, right? Because it was just kind of a perfect storm where, you know, punches get thrown when officials are in there tying guys up. Like, it does happen. It happens in all sorts of fights across the league. Like, that's not uncommon.
Yeah.
It was just the way that he caught Forbert was just like a perfect pop right on that orbital bone. And you could tell, like, that's where he got him. And I mean, it's the most common fracture of like any fighter or anything, right? Like, is the orbital bone. So, yeah, just a real perfect storm that went the wrong way for us and Forbert. But unfortunately, the refs got it right, and it led to him not being suspended. Which is crazy.
That tells me that if you're the Department of Player Safety and you see a guy break his orbital bone on a play, that's a rule that needs to be looked at in the summertime. And I know it comes down to like CBA and all that, but this is definitely a situation where I would say they need to have a look at it.
Oh, I 100% agree. And there's many rules that are that don't get looked at because they don't get called often. But then you have a situation like this that maybe brings it to the forefront, and one of the owners can bring it up in the Board of Governors meeting or whatever, or the GMs can bring it up at the GM meeting. So hopefully something like that gets talked about. I mean, the Department of Player Safety as a whole needs to be overhauled. It feels like they spin a wheel and just or throw darts at a board to decide what the supplementary discipline will be. So I don't know. George Peros seemed to do an okay job the first couple of years, but then as he continued, he started to, I think, drink the Kool-Aid, and now it's just kind of another corporate guy.
Yeah. Zach Cassian, thank you, chat, for reminding me.
Yes, there it is. Yeah.
I was literally remembered it, and as soon as I was about to talk about it, I'm like, oh, that name is gone now. 2 debuts for the Vancouver Canucks. We're in the silly season, so we've got 2 guys who are starting in their very first time tonight. Kudratsev, who we've talked a little bit about, coming up from the Abbotsford Canucks on emergency basis as a result of Forbert being injured. Didn't see a lot of him so far, but what'd you think of his game so far in his first NHL game?
Well, I mean, so far so good, right? Like, if you don't notice them, that's a good thing, right? He's done a really good job in Abbotsford, just kind of being that supplemental offensive guy, I guess you could call him, off the back end. He's got 26 points in 63 games, 5 goals, 21 assists, but he skates so well. And he's a 7th round draft pick. Let's not forget that there's not a lot of 7th round picks that even make it to the NHL.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look through draft classes and you look, I mean, even past the 3rd round, pretty rare. Like, it's pretty uncommon that past the 3rd round anyone really gets a good shot.
Right.
So for him to be making his NHL debut is a feat in itself. So just a testament to how hard he has worked with Manny Malhotra and the coaches down there. Again, really getting the most of any prospect they're handed. And I'm really excited to see what he can do and add for maybe depth next year if we have injury issues or things like that, because obviously we're pretty stacked on the blue line right now. So it's good for him to get a shot right now and a little taste of what it's going to take next year when he comes into training camp to be ready to make that push for the big club.
Yeah. And then Tolo Pilo as well, getting his first start as the result of Demko being sick. Tolo Pilo, big boy, 6'6". We looked it up, man. 6'6". He's a big boy. Has been playing well down in Abbotsford. What'd you think of his first period with not a lot of work to do?
I mean, 3 saves, 3 solid saves, right? Like, I don't know what to say until he starts getting tested a little bit. We can't really say much, right?
Yeah.
But all the goalies down in Abbotsford have done incredibly well with Justin Pogge. I mean, when you have 4 goalies on your roster that have over a 900 or over a 900 save percentage, that's incredible work.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't care how good the team is playing in front of you. That's really, really incredible goaltending. So what used to be a goalie graveyard for the Canucks is now like this incredible overabundance
Garden.
now, especially because a wild Patera was spotted the other night.
Oh, wow.
Returning to the lineup. So he was backing up Shilovs the other
that's
night
funny.
because Tolopilo's been called up. So out of nowhere, he made his return.
Swinging down from the
yeah,
rafters.
I didn't notice until I kind of reviewed the Canucks game afterwards.
Yeah, went from a goalie graveyard to a goalie garden.
Yeah, exactly.
Rick Tocchet, you spoke a little bit about it earlier, but again with Elliot Friedman was on the Donnie and Dolly show today, and essentially said he thinks that no matter how it goes, this decision is going to be made quickly because of the Canucks. If Rick Tocchet doesn't want to be back, then the Canucks need to start looking for another coach because they don't know if they want to force him into the 1-year option they have on him. So hopefully, Dustin, you might get your answer quicker than we thought. But the other thing they said too was that if he does sign, he will be the most expensive Canucks coach of all time.
Yeah, and that comes on the heels of what I had read was that he had been offered something and he had declined.
Yeah.
Because the number wasn't high enough. His press conference after the last game just felt like a guy who has been told that he might be on his way out. Given that Elias Pettersson has been shut down for the season, I'm sure there's been some sort of meeting already with him and management and everything. And I just don't see Tocchet and Pettersson being the right match for each other. I know Hughes' feelings on Tocchet, and that's one thing, but another coach can win Hughes over just as easily as Tocchet did. Hughes is an elite player, and he can excel under anyone running the bench. Like you're not going to change what Quinn Hughes does. Any coach that comes in here isn't going to touch that. They're just going to say, keep doing what you're doing, keep being Quinn Hughes, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
What we need is a coach that can come in, work with these young forwards and work with their strengths and learn how to balance a lineup instead of juggling a lineup for 75 games. Injuries aside, there was times when he had some lines working and one mistake, he's blowing the lines up. You can't panic like that in the NHL. You gotta try and stick with it a little bit. And yeah, I just felt like he sounded a bit non-committal with a lot of things and just has a very different attitude than the Tocchet we saw even at the beginning of the season or when he first got here. And realistically, I just think he ends up going back to Philly and the Canucks either promote Malhotra or find someone who has more of an offensive touch.
And then the last thing we'll talk about, just a little bit of good news. Hedl has been at practice the last 2 days in a non-contact jersey. He's not going to be playing. But the thing I want to say about Hedl is that means he should theoretically be healthy going into the summer training. So that's probably good news for the Canucks. Looking forward to maybe him as their second C next year.
Absolutely. I mean, he's going through the same steps that Besser went through earlier in the year when he got a concussion, right? You have to do the non-contact jersey and then see how you feel. If they skate tomorrow, he's probably allowed to skate full skate with no non-contact jersey if he feels better. And then maybe he gets into the last game against Vegas, if in a perfect world. But if he doesn't, it does mean that he's going into the summer healthy and can get a good train going. And hopefully he's ready and ready to shoulder the load as a second C next year.
Excellent as usual, Dustin. Thank you for being here for the rest of the Dusty Sideshow, and we'll see you for the postgame show, brother.
Sounds good. Enjoy the rest of the game, everybody.
Second period is underway in Rogers Arena. 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32. Canucks right back to the attack. Shot went wide. Canucks have got to start hitting the net. Too many shots going wide. Connor Garland right into the middle, but ends up losing the puck. Vigneault needs to come back, says Luke Flyswatter. Welcome, Luke Flyswatter. Vigneault. KJ Brizzy. Dusty and Rusty show greater than Tim and Sid. Thank you very much. We appreciate the kind words there, KJ. Gary Wiseman. Patrick looks like some sort of good, who likes a good slapping. What? Jonathan Armstrong. Hi, Big Hog. You remember me from the Wild Canucks game? Yes, we do. Jonathan, did you see you made it into my short the other day when I was singing you happy birthday? Happy birthday yesterday, Jonathan. They're talking about Trennan right now. Yep. Who do you think would win during a slapping match between Jim and Patrick? I'd say Jim because he has the weight and matters, but he might be too short. Yeah. Swear jar. Swear jar. Thanks, guys, for getting the swear jar out for me. Jonathan, how's your fine day going? It's going pretty good so far. Ooh, Connor Garland just tipping it just over the net. Michael Chow. Calvin and Charlie. Jim has the old man strength. He used to play in the NHL. That is true. Zoro Rosario. Bittman and Peros are totally bogus. I agree. Jonathan Armstrong. Doing well. Passed all my final exams, so I'm chilling for the rest of the year. Very cool, Jonathan. You love to see it, passing all those finals. 'Tis the season for finals. Gary Wiseman. Is that Chris Pronger? Holy hairline. Vassar puts the puck out to middle. Canucks skating it in. Suter to the front of the net. Gorgiev with the save. Sharks flip it out to center. DP's back, collecting the puck. Leaves it for Hughes. Hughes stops. He goes in front of his own net. Skates it out. Oh, tries to pass it. Goes off his stick. Bounces out to center. But they both are bald. Swear jar, swear jar, swear jar. Hey, bald people are wash and wear. That is true. No hair to do. You just wash and you go. Ayo. Michael Jow. And then retaliatory stuff like Steve Moore incident happens. And the league office is shocked. I know, right? I wonder what's going to happen when the Canucks play Minnesota next year. I wonder if Trennan's even going to be in the league anymore because he's an absolute bot piece of garbage human who should probably not be in the league. And the Sharks have iced the puck because they've forgotten how to play hockey. Okay, so we already sent them a copy of the rule book earlier. Maybe the word rule book doesn't work, so let's get them a picture version. How about that? Send the picture rule book over. B-Dog, they've talked player safety decade after decade. Nothing gets fixed. Zoe, says Jonathan. KJ Brazy is who you're thinking of, Russ? Yeah, Zach Cassian. That was the one. Thank you, guys. I drew a total blank when thinking about who Zach Cassian is. They weren't even drunk, devil, says Zoe. Michael Chow, I hate when the refs restrain one of the players and the other guy's still swinging. Yep. Drunk and stupid, says Zoe. Yep. B-Dog, more force when your opponent is on his back. Yep. That's the thing, too, is because Forbert's trying to keep his head up off the ice and then Trennan's like, bop, right in the eye. Piece of human garbage. Calvin and Charlie, yeah, that's the part makes the fight unfair. I agree, Michael, says Calvin and Charlie. Michael Chow, they do it even when the guys don't fall. Ooh, Tolopila with a good save there. Eklund with a good shot. And then the guy is less than restrained, gets an extra pop on the guy. Yep. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Zach Cassian. Didn't need hog. Didn't need to hog. It was over the news. Laugh out loud. I think the only reason why they didn't advertise it Big Hog was because of the money it cost to push something. Hachiko, they should have the players do the fireman calendars. I think that would make the league rich with sales. I think you just want to see Mancini with his shirt off. You're nuts, Hachiko. Laugh out loud. Laughing and crying. Dead. Laughing and crying. Good idea, Hachiko. Mancini looks like he took another penalty. Toffoli's going to give a chat to Mancini. Mancini going to the box for the first time. Quick, Hachiko, get in the box. At Hachiko, Gary Wiseman laughing and crying. Maybe the PWHO will follow suit and do an equivalent. Sarah Nurse. I'd be down for that, Gary. Ruthless. Tocchet is going to Philly, says KJ. Mancini interference. Force him to get the Dallas coach after. Wouldn't that be funny? When's the game start? The game is on, bruh. We're in the second period now, Jonathan. Dallas coach always looks depressed. Would fit right in Vancouver. With all the other people here who look depressed. Kovalenko hooking Hronek. No call. Referees are blind idiots. Toffoli in the middle, doing some give and goes. Canucks fighting on the boards. Oh yeah, here we go. 2-on-1. Bluger in. Toffoli on the good back check though. Bluger stops up, puts it behind the net. Suter still in on the forecheck. Looks like both Bluger and Suter will change. Amazon says though, Michael Chow. Tocchet could potentially go to New York too. Sounds like Laviolette might be on the way out. Huh. Mike Sullivan to Vancouver. Jonathan Armstrong prediction. 7-1 Canucks win. Hachiko breaking. I have been hired as the next head coach of the Canucks. Oh no. Macklin Celebrini scoring against his future team on the power play. Whoops. Bunch of Sharks fans in the crowd. Get them out of there. Celebrini in front of the net. Oh, short side, top corner. What a shot. Yeah, Tolopilo didn't have his glove in the right spot. Went down too early. Whatever you want to say. Macklin Celebrini. Welcome to the NHL, Tolopilo. Your future teammate scoring on you. It started an hour ago. 1 minute to midnight. Congrats, Hachiko. Nasty. Imagine Laviolette coming here. Laugh out loud. Tortorella re-signing his Big Hog. And then Calvin just spontaneously vomits everywhere. Canucks are out shooting the Sharks 12-6, but they are losing 1-0 now, kids. What's up with that? Gary Wiseman, just a merry-go-round of the same coaches. Mike Babcock? No, I don't think Mike Babcock will work another game in the NHL. Shot to the front of the net, gets blocked. Quinn Hughes puts it down. Mueller can't collect the puck, though. And Besser puts it back up for Hughes. Hughes walks to the middle. Shoots. Glove saved by Gorgiev. Michael Chow, Gary Wiseman. Bah, God, that Manny Malhotra's music. Calvin and Charlie continues to vomit and then vomits even more. I guess Calvin doesn't really like Tortorella. Gary Wiseman, I think Vigneault is enjoying retirement. Yeah. Apparently the 50-50's at $1 million. I do think Vigneault would do a good job with this bunch, though. Yo, what's up, y'all? Says Jonathan Armstrong. Coach AV would be crazy. Michael Chow, Alain Vigneault with assistant coaches Kevin Bieksa and Vern Fiddler. Oh, wouldn't that be great, Michael Chow? They would just all be laughing at each other the whole time. Sharks carried out. Now they'll be offside. They'll have to tag up. Puck out to center. Garland can't collect it. Sharks work back out to center. Pat Quinn make a comeback. Yeah. Ooh, Tolopilo makes a save off another play to the middle of the ice where the Canucks can't defend the slot. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go back and watch all the highlights. There's got to be 10 of those in the last couple games. Go Canucks, go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go, says Thomas. KJ Brazy, I watched that short. 20 swear jars, yep. Whoopsies. uh, yeah, I swear a couple times in that one. Hronek puts it down to the half boards. Back to Joshua. High in the air on Sherwood. Sherwood gets it back to the point. Another shot down low. Georgiev makes a save on that one too. Puck back up the half boards. Hronek intercepts it there. He skates down, puts it behind the net for Sherwood. Sherwood looks back to the point, puts it there. Shot down low, gets intercepted. It looked like it was going to be a shot pass. Ooh, the Canucks got away with one there. Try and do something here without ruining everything. Oh, yeah, perfect. This is going to work. Trent in the little is there.
Oh
He's trying to
no,
go. It's playing. It's so big. Did you guys see how big my head was? Canucks intercepted at center. Bluger drops it up to DeBrusque, who rings it around the. Oh, he swings and he misses. Oh my goodness, fanned on it. Gets intercepted. Now he comes back up with it, shoots it all the way down the ice so that it can be intercepted again. Janias, McKay. Welp, Oilers AHL team getting lit up. Lol, lol, lol. I feel better hanging out here than watching Oilers fall apart. Welcome, Janias. So I'm starting to think I might have to stream the Oilers series. Oilers versus Kings might be the one, guys. Jonathan Armstrong, I love your song. Laugh out loud. My Hughes jersey coming in tomorrow. It's pretty schwa. Oh my gosh, look how big my head is. Oh, okay, there. My wife says my head is always big. That's not very fair. Which Hughes, says Gary Wiseman. Kent McGuire just got drafted by Chicago and be a pro. Can I request a trade instantly? Yes, Kent. Be that guy. Pull an Eric Lindros. Never play a game for them. KJ, I was drafted by the Hawks too. That's because the Hawks suck and they always draft #1 overall. Hoglander puts it to the middle. Hughes is there. He tries to get it back for Garland, but Garland can't get it. Sharks put the puck over. Mancini intercepts it. He puts it off the glass down the ice. Good job by Hoglander to collect it. He comes in on a 2-on-1. Skates to the middle. He shoots it just wide. Might have gone off a leg there. Decided to shoot. Oh. And then Hughes can't collect it at the blue line. Mancini and Hughes playing pass in their own zone. Suter puts it back for Mancini. Mancini puts it across for Hughes. Hughes in his own zone. Hachiko, the Sharks are legally allowed to do icing because I say so. What? Who died and made you king, huh? Gary Wiseman just refused to go. They don't call it Windy City for no reason. It blows. Jonathan Armstrong, Sharks are ass. Sherwood had stumbled, so he couldn't come up with that puck. Y'all ain't winning. Trash poverty Sharks franchise could be beaten by a beer leaguer team. I think Macklin Celebrini might have something to say about that, Jonathan, but you're not far off. Pull Lindros, laugh out loud, KJ. We're on the same page, man. We always think the same way. Thomas, learn the rules. Mancini, get off the ice. Get back to Abbotsford. Michael Jow, in a game when you get drafted, are you allowed to be like, nah, I've changed my mind and I'm going to yak herder in Mongolia. Wouldn't that be funny? Where's the yak herder button on NHL 25? Lefty, get off the chat, says the Chico. Tolopilo, tilapilo. Tilapia? Tolopilo, tilapia? Says Luke Flyswatter. Trying to make some fish, eh? Calvin and Charlie, the goalie sounds like a cup of coffee or something. Yeah. Come in and start your day off with a cup of Tolopilo. Second stupid penalty by Mancini. Mancini with another penalty. Penalty Mancini. Mancini undisciplined. Pachico Mancini can interfere with my body. Jonathan Armstrong. Hachiko, unless you have a winning record, you cannot be in the chat. Jonathan, Hachiko is our local bandwagon jumper. Hachiko does cheer for the Canucks unless we're playing the Sharks. So you're not going to get rid of them, unfortunately. Gorgiev stops that one. It looks like it might have gone off the goalie and then off the side of the net. What? Luke Weisweider, we should get a Sharks coach, then tank for a great draft pick. Oh, brother, says KJ. Lefty all around. The only thing Mancini will be interfering with the rest of the game is the bench. LMAO. Let's go Sharks, says College Football Picks. But it says Shracks, but I read it as Sharks. But I think you wanted to say Sharks, right? College Football Picks? All right, I'm going to play this for you guys quickly right now. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Trenton, the little is there. He's trying to come up with it.
A few moments later.
Now there's a fight. Trenton now punching forward on the ground like a piece of Trenton, you little you're punching him when he's being pinned down by the ref. You he needs to be kicked out of the game. That is such bullshit. Toss him out of the game. What did I say right before that? Trenton's a little Jonathan Armstrong. It's your birthday tomorrow. So here it is. There you are, Jonathan. Look happy birthday, Jonathan, dear. Happy days will come to you all year. If I had a wish, then it would be a happy birthday to you from me. And here's your birthday gift. Trenton's getting tossed out of the game because he's a piece of
Nothing is perfect.
Yeah, so there's the short I made the other day after that, which you love to see.
Slick, subtle.
Oh, wow. There we go. Whew. Hachiko is happy about the Sharks scoring. Lanky 32, second penalty for Mancini, not first. Thank you, Mancini. Blue Girl on my franchise mode is in Minnesota. We're in the conference finals up 2-1. Go, go, go. Go, Shracks, go, says College Football Picks. No. Hachiko, go, Sharks. Ugh, says Mike Torrance. Do Sharks have buttocks? They got to have a butt, right? No, future Canucks Macklin Celebrini is showing hints that of what he will look like in Vancouver. True. Don't worry, Sharks are gonna choke like last night. Fair. I agree with you on that one, Jonathan. Lefty around Tocchet. Put his right back out. I guess no sense benching young players in a game. That means nothing. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of how I thought it was gonna go tonight. Michael Jow, more like future Shark Vittorio Mancini if this keeps up. Looks like he's playing for the Sharks already. DeBrusque fighting for the puck. Shot to the front. That one gets blocked by a player on accident. Stumbles a little bit after it. David W. All the shots in the world, and the Canucks can get scored on by Macklin. The game isn't over, but going down to a rebuilding Sharks team 1-0 still isn't good. Thank you, David. My Tim's picks hit. Mohammed in the chat. What's up, Mohammed? Hello, Russell and everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, nothing. What's up, Fireborn Knights? You excited to play us tomorrow or on Wednesday? It's going to be fun. Last game of the season. Welcome back, Fireborn. Lanky 32. Pat Quinn coming back from the dead. Yep, that's what it would take. We'd have to cure death before we could get Pat Quinn back as our coach, but I definitely would take him. College Football Picks. Love the lol laugh. Thank you, College Football Picks. I got that one from my wife. And she got it from Jim Carrey. Lanky 32. Hashtag Roll Tide. Mike Torrance. Well, I'm done. I watched the crap. I'm done. I watched this crap tonight. The Canucks have iced the puck. What is wrong with them? Maybe they're like, man, the Sharks are beating us 1-0. Maybe we should try icing the puck because the Sharks have iced the puck a bunch. Big Hog, why do you want me to check Discord? What did you do? Ooh. Was that too much? Not enough? How should I bring this up? And then this. Oh, you shoot. You can't even see it. All right. I'm going to try and get this on the screen for you guys because Big Hog just sent me some breaking news. Can't. Mike Torrance is just like, I can't watch this. Fair enough, Mike Torrance. See you, Mike, says Gary. Unique goal horns. We should be up like 5-0. Correct. Unique goal horns. Calvin and Charlie, this team isn't for the weak. Laugh out loud. Do it. All right, let's see. I'll try and get this on here for you guys. All right, do this. Okay, that. Pull it up this over here and breaking news from Frank Saravelli, courtesy of Big Hog Hockey. Vlasic taking his man down. He's the pickle man going to the box. All right, kids, this is what Big Hog just sent me on Discord. Frank Saravelli hailing the Canucks and the 2023 first round pick Tom Willander have an agreement in place on an entry-level deal that begins in the 25-26 season. Not entirely clear when the deal will be announced, but he's turning pro. Willander will be back on campus finishing out the semester. So, coming to you from Big Hog Hockey, you heard it here first, kids. Sounds like Willander might have actually just signed, guys. So that's good, right? So we'll have to talk with Dustin about that in the post-game show. Thank you, Big Hog, for sending that over. Lefty all around. I like that you don't sell your soul and start advertising sports gambling sites. Terrible. I say all the streamers that do that. Yeah, I never will. I'm not going to advertise gambling. But from what I hear, the thing is the gambling sites just give people tons and tons of money and then people can't turn it down. So I'm going to try and do it the way that Knuckhead did it, right? He gets like massage places and stuff to advertise. Don't do it, says Captain Canuck. Yes, it is, Crystal. This feels like a preseason game. Yeah, isn't it weird? We're playing a preseason game in April. But I would say at least we haven't played that many preseason games in April. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go, says Muhammad. You love to see it. Captain Canuck. Go. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. And then Muhammad's like, let's go Canucks. Blue, white, green. Blue, white, green. Blue, white, green. And then Gary Wiseman's like, when's the last game? Thursday? It is on Wednesday, Gary. Canucks are going to the power play. Pickleman took a tripping call. Mr. Vlasic in the box. David W. of the Canadian NHL teams that on Monday Pacific time had games to play. The Habs lost their shootout, while as of now, neither the Canucks nor the Oilers have scored just yet. Canucks lose the faceoff. Puck goes all the way down the ice. Tolopilo will stop behind the net. Lefty all around, talking about beer league team that happened to the Arizona Coyotes. Jonathan Armstrong. Coyotes got beat by a beer league team. That's wild. Tolopilo hasn't come in. He had to field it like he's some kind of a baseball player. KJ Brazy, I think Utah will be the Outlaws. College football picks. No! And then Zach's just like, Crystal. And then Lefty all around's like, yes, we have a winning record. Just a few more overtime shootout wins. We would be in the playoffs. We need to work on this year. Yep. Next year. DeBrusque puts it down the boards behind the net. Garland puts it back up to the blue line. Hughes walks over the blue line, puts it down for Besser. Besser puts it to Garland. Garland skates up half boards, tries to pass over Hughes. Second attempt, he gets it over there. Quinn Hughes puts it in front. Oh, the puck goes just wide. It looks like Brock Besser chipped it backhand just wide. 50 seconds left to go on the power play. Connects up to 16 shots now. Quinn Hughes puts it down low for Garland. Garland back up for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes back over Garland. Garland puts it over for DeBrusque. DeBrusque puts it across. Suter puts it towards the net. Didn't get enough on it. Goalie made a save. Gorgiev. Canucks chip it down low. Suter comes in. Actually probably hooked his man. Got away with one there. Suter got lucky. Didn't get called. because the refs are a bunch of blind idiots. Swear jar. Milosh. Haha. College football picks. It's Shreks because they had it backwards last year. Shreks. College football picks like Shreks. Oh, just wide of the net there. Milosh, that was great. Calvin and Charlie fucking love this video. Laugh out loud. Can I get a countdown? Had to change TVs. Yeah. There's currently 4:25 left to go in the second period. Big Mac, and then I will W video. Thank you, Big Hog. Scrass. All right, here it is. 4:20 left in the period. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Pedersen with a shot stopped by Georgiev. Mancini keeps it at the blue line. Then he loses it, but manages to get back to it. He puts it back up to the blue line. Canucks carry it in. Sherwood with some speed. He takes a shot. Georgiev with a save, and he'll cover it up. Dakota Joshua and Sherwood crash in the net. Ratu's down, though. Ooh, what happened to him? Guess we'll have to wait. Benching young players sounds like Torts trying to get fired. Yeah. Muhammad, says Big Mac. Calvin and Charlie. OMG, I'm sorry. I didn't know Pat was gone. Oh, it's all good, bro. Yeah, he passed away quite a while ago. It's not too soon, is what I'm saying. We're all sad that he's gone, but there's been enough time. It's not like he passed away last year. They got a statue of him now. Fireborn, I'm excited about that, but I am excited about us decided if the Flames make it to the playoffs or not. Yeah, you hold their destiny in your hands like I hold my own face. Fire Marshal laugh in living color. Trying to do my best Jim Carrey impersonation. Flames ain't going, says Jonathan. Wild are going to beat the Anaheim. I don't know, man. The Wild have been sketchy at best these days. Lefty outrun goal coming up. We have a power play. Quinn Hughes with the goal. Big Hog Insider. Jazz, bad PP. Yup. Shit PP, says Jazz. Yes, sir. And then Big Hog says, guys, I have a channel. And then there's his channel. Would appreciate it if you could all subscribe. Jazz, I just scored in Shell. Be a pro. I'm in the Dallas Stars because Rick didn't want me. Jason Egger was like, Rick didn't want me. Calvin and Charlie. Does anyone remember Go to the Box, please? Yeah. Go to the box, please. Go to the box. That was like a ref, right? Ratu might have landed on his knee or something like that. He's on the ice now, just stretching things out. So he made a play and took the hit to make it. Coach Rob Willie in the chat. Hi, Go Canucks. Welcome back, Coach Rob Willie. Nice to have you, buddy. And then there's Big Mac asking for the countdown. Had to change TVs. I'll give you another one because we've gone to another commercial break, which probably threw you off. KJ, man, Dallas is such a wagon, and watch them get knocked out in the first round. Coach Rob Willie, yes, I recall that scene on the YouTube. Yes. Poor Quinn Hughes. All right. 354, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43. Garland with the flow. Yep. I'm working on my flow, guys. It's taking its sweet time now, though. Nice lettuce. These dumbass Flames just scored 3 goals in 5 seconds. WTF. The Kings are up 3-0. Utah beat the Predators 7-3. That's wild. B-Dog, 425. Yeah, there it is. There's your countdown. Calvin 99 Charlie. Big Mac Rich with 2 TVs. 4, actually. Ratty injured. No, he's back now. Good thing. Let's go, Vancouver, says Zach. Uncle Chow, you know you can change the channel on TVs like one TV can do many channels. Yep. Isn't that crazy, Michael Chow? College football picks. Go visiting teams. Bums beat those home team bums. College picks. Giving us good advice. Thanks, Russ, says Big Mac. Quinner! Rip Quinner. Oh, Victor Mancini with the hat trick of penalties. Dr. Doom in the house. What's up, Dr. Doom? Congratulations on your President's Trophy. Woo! President's Trophy. Good job, Dr. Doom. Are you scared about the playoffs or are you just waiting for it to get going? Lanky 32, 2014. KJ Brazy. I didn't see Gary. Jazz. I'm not watching, but how's Tolopilo and that Kudratsev whatever guy doing? Yeah, I don't blame you for not being able to spell his name. Haven't seen a lot of Kudratsev, but that's probably a good thing. You haven't noticed him. And Tolopilo has only faced 9 shots, but not looking too bad. He just made a save. I thought maybe he would get scored on if I was just literally like, oh yeah, he's looking good, and then he would get scored on immediately. Coach Rob Billy says he's playing great. That's good. Oh, really? Says Jazz. Ratty is fine. Yeah. The bunny fan can't watch tonight, so see ya. But Canucks glow. See you later, bunny fan. Thanks for stopping by. And then Big Hog's like, bunny. And then brutality box. Brutality box. Rabbit hole. B-Dog. Rabbit hole. But who is counting? Poor Quinn is very rich. Shh. Marcus Pedersen up to Bluger. Bluger rings it around the other side, and it gets just out. Oh man, the Sharks put it back into their own zone. They got a 2-on-0 shorthanded. Oh man, Agorgiev jumps out like a crazy person to make that save. Diving out at Suter's legs. The Canucks had a 2-on-0 shorthanded, man. The Sharks just pulled the Canucks. Good man. Good pass, Mancini. Another penalty. What is the matter with you, man? Cini. KJ Brazy. Holy Mancini needs to chill. Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm leaning over so I can scratch Dobby's head. Oh, yes. Oh, he is right here because mom is also here. Michael Chow, laugh out loud. Lefty around. You almost caused another goal. Maybe you have if they score again on the power play. Tocchet will throw Mancini in the dungeon after this game. Canucks get the puck back out to center. Sharks drive it back in. Like DPD managed to work it up for Sherwood. Sherwood puts it to the middle. Here's a breakaway now. Another. Oh, Connor shoots it and Gorgiev makes a save with the leg and kicks it wide. Now the Sharks bring it back up. Shot. Tolopilo with a save. And I don't know if the rebound got to the front. There's Kudratsev. So Kudratsev is actually out on a penalty kill. The Canucks have iced the puck because the power play is over and they still shot it down the ice. So can we get a copy of the rule book now taken from the Sharks bench and moved over to the Canucks bench? Because the Canucks clearly don't know how the rules work. Learn the rules. OMG. It's a theme. Dr. Doom, I am not scared, but I want us to take a step and have momentum. Yeah, I agree, man. Who do you want to play, Dr. Doom? Because you will either end up playing the Wild or the Blues. Who would you want to see in the first round? Mancini is a goon, says Big Hog. Are you just jealous because Ichiko likes Mancini? Lefty around. Mancini has all the physical skills, but needs to use his noggin a little more if he wants to stick in the league. Correct, in my opinion. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. But the thing is, he does have all the tools, and that's why the Canucks wanted him. He'll get there. Brock Besser skating through center. Stops. And just gives the puck away. Good job, Brock Besser. It's only like 20 seconds left in the game, or in the period, but you decided just to give the puck away. Big Hog Hockey, what's so special at Chico? KJ Brazy, Ratty went to the dressing room. Oh no. Did he went to the dressing room now? All right, end of the second period, kids. Still 1-0 for the Sharks. against the Abbotsford Canucks. I mean, the Vancouver Canucks. Michael Chow, Big Hog Hockey Goon actually hurt people. Mancini takes penalties for doing things poorly. Yeah. B-Dog, Hachiko, full meal deal. He's undisciplined. Meals on wheels. Coach Rob Willie, why do they call it the President's Trophy when there is no president of the NHL? Let's find out together. All right. The President's Trophy is award presented to the National Hockey League to the team that finishes with the most points, best of our record in the regular season. The trophy was introduced at the start of the 85-86 season by the league's board of governors to recognize the best team in the regular season, informally known as the regular season championship. Prior to this, the team that finished in first place when the regular season concluded was allowed to hang a banner reading NHL League Champions. How did they come up with the name though? Classifications, winners. Huh. They don't really say. Past trophies. Huh. Yeah, no, they don't really say why they named it the President's Trophy. I guess that's just what they decided to call it. Wikipedia failed us, Coach Rob Willie. I'm sorry. Calvin 99 Charlie, what's the sound like? Is Mancini too big for his own good? Kind of like how Rempe is. Breakaway? Okay, I would like to apologize to my comments tonight. I will seek Jesus moving forward. Fair enough. Scott Wonder, I know I said on Saturday, but I hate preseason Canucks games in April. Yeah. Who's better apparent to Dobby, Russ or Crystal? Big Hog, my wife says that's a dumb question. Yo, what's up, Ryan? Welcome back, buddy. Wild. Okay, yeah, you want to play the Wild. That's fair enough. Yo, Ryan says Big Mac. Dr. Doom, not the Blues because the 2019 Stanley Cup. Fair enough. Zach says Dr. Doom. To Jungite, Mancini is helping us to get just one spot higher in the draft. Then the Canucks can get a 2-0 and a breakaway and don't care. Mancini for the win. Besser then also helping. Yeah. To Jungite, welcome back, buddy. Nice to see you. All right, kids. As I mentioned, we're going to be featuring a video from Kea Productions. They've got 2,500 subscribers on YouTube, over 500 million, over 500,000 views, or 500,000 views. So make sure you check out their channel. But for today's feature, we're going to be featuring their video.
Slick.
We're going to be featuring their video about Marcus Naslund. So here it is from Kea Productions. The humble story of Marcus Naslund.
Slick. Subtle. Elegant. He was a 5-time NHL All-Star, 5-time team MVP, and a Lester Pearson Award recipient. He was a player who dazzled and overwhelmed the opposition with his exquisite stick handling. A player whose wrist shot was so feared, so lethal, goalies had no choice but to surrender to its dominance. A silent leader who led by his actions night in, night out. Standing at 6 feet, 191 pounds, he's Nazi, oh captain, my captain, number 19, Marcus Naslund.
Naslund dashing in, 10 seconds left, Marcus Naslund to the net, stop, scores! 5.7 seconds left, and they're still alive!
Marcus Sten Naslund was born on July 30th, 1973 in Ornevik, Sweden. Growing up in the town of 30,000, he would play hockey at the local outdoor rink. Naslund had become friends with a kid named Peter Forsberg, and even though they played on different youth teams, they would later become teammates as they joined the regional all-star team at the age of 14. They would go on to win the U16 championship a year later, as Naslund would be recognized as the tournament's best forward. Naslund and Forsberg attended high school together, and they would join the Modo hockey system at the age of 16, as well as the Swedish junior team. At the age of 17, Naslund would break a rookie record in the Swedish Elite League with 10 goals and 9 assists. But it was during that spring in 1991 during the European Junior Championship tournament in which he registered 14 goals and 2 assists in only 6 games when he got the attention of NHL scouts. And due to his production and promise, Naslund would be selected in the 1991 NHL entry draft 16th overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Naslund would spend a couple more years with Modo in which he developed into a top prospect, drawing comparisons to future teammate Jaromir Jagr. And the left winger from Sweden, who was looking to arrive in Pittsburgh for the start of the 93-94 season, was expected to produce right out of the gate. But produce he did not, and he would register a meager 11 points in 71 games in his rookie year. The Penguins at the time were not short on offensive firepower, with a myriad of hockey legends in their top 6. And a skilled player like Naslund, if he doesn't play in that top 6, he wasn't going to flourish in a checking role. Naslund's second season wasn't much better, as he was reduced to only 14 games as he struggled with an injury. When he was healthy, he saw time in the minors as well as the press box as a healthy scratch. Naslund, who was heading into his 3rd and final year of his entry-level contract, was labeled a bust, and his future in hockey looked pretty bleak. But despite his unemotional demeanor on the outside, he was a determined individual on the inside. Naslund began the year with an impressive training camp, earning him the opportunity to play on a line with Mario Lemieux and Thomas Sandstrom, and as a result, Naslund was able to finally showcase his potential, scoring 19 goals and 33 assists in 66 games heading into the trade deadline. The fact that Naslund had requested a trade earlier in the year, and it was the belief that the spike in his production was probably due to his line mates, Naslund was shipped out of Pittsburgh in what would turn out to be one of the most lopsided trades in NHL history. The Penguins had no shortage of skilled offensive players, and they sought to add a power forward with grit. So they agreed to do a 1-for-1 deal, Naslund for Alex Stoyanov. Stoyanov had also struggled in Vancouver, but the fact he bested Eric Lindros in a fight, and with the perception that power forwards typically take longer to develop, the Penguins felt comfortable with the trade. Stoyanov would go on to play 54 games for the Pens, and Naslund, he would go on to play for another 13 seasons as he would bloom into one of the world's most prolific scorers. Naslund's start with the Vancouver Canucks was an exciting time, playing with the likes of the Russian dynamic duo Pavel Bure and Alex Mogilny, as well as team greats in Trevor Linden, Cliff Ronning, and Jyrki Lumme. It seemed like a good fit in which Naslund would finally be able to play a significant role within the team. But after going pointless in his first 9 games since the trade, maybe he was a bust after all. In his 10th game, which turned out to be the season finale, the Canucks had to win to make the playoffs, and Naslund would break out with a hat-trick to send the team into the postseason. And even though they would get bounced in the first round, Naslund had shown glimpses that he could lead the team when it mattered most. The arrival of head coach Mike Keenan in the summer of 1997 was the beginning of a nightmare for Naslund. Keenan's my way or the highway style of coaching had turned the team upside down. Naslund's ice time started to dwindle, as he would later even become a healthy scratch. The feeling started to resemble the one in Pittsburgh just a few years back, and Naslund would ask for a trade. But newly acquired GM Brian Burke believed in him and convinced him to stay. Finally, someone who believed in him, and Naslund would go on to register a team-leading career-high 36 goals and 30 assists in the very next season in 98-99. It was during this season in which a struggling Mike Keenan was replaced by Mark Crawford as head coach, and his fast, run-and-gun style of play would really bring the best out of Naslund. It is now the year 2000, and Naslund had become the 11th captain and the first European captain in Vancouver Canucks history. Gone were the big names of yesteryear, players like Bure, Mogilny, and Messier. Naslund had the duty of leading the rebuild into the new millennium. He struck a close friendship with line mates Todd Bertuzzi and Brendan Morrison, as they would complement each other's skills perfectly. Bertuzzi's combination of physicality and finesse, Morrison's vision and playmaking, and Naslin's shot and stick handling. The future was here. They were the West Coast Express, and Naslin had finally reached his prime. He was deceptively quick. The way he did that jump to accelerate down the ice was enough to make 14-year-old me instantly captivated. He was patient, as even in the most critical of situations, he would still have the capacity to make that extra move to score that goal. His deking drove goalies insane. He could go forehand, backhand, or forehand, backhand, and forehand again. There was no book on him, but perhaps most importantly, he had a venomous wrist shot. He loved that wrist shot so much due to the fact that it offers up more options. He can still stick handle, or he can pass at the last possible moment, something he wouldn't be able to do with a slap shot. Naslin had such a calm demeanor. He was able to keep a young Canucks team grounded. Just look at his goal celebration, the composure, the nonchalance. It's like he's done it a million times before. Naslin would go on to reach career highs in goals and points in 02-03, finishing second in the league in both categories. He would go on to win the Lester Pearson Award as the league's best player as voted by the players, as he became the first Swede and first Canuck to ever have this honor bestowed upon him. Even the Russian rocket Pavel Bure had not won that as a Canuck. The playoffs that year would mark Naslin's best shot at winning the cup. The first round series against the Blues would go the distance, and Naslin would score in Game 7 to help the team advance. In round 2, the Canucks would grab a 3-1 series stranglehold, but the Minnesota Wild would win 3 straight to take the series in 7. Many fans surmised that if the Canucks had been able to reach the conference finals that year, they could have beaten a mighty Ducks team who were riding a hot goalie, and once they got to the finals, anything could have happened. The following 03-04 season would see the fall of the West Coast Express. Naslin would begin the season strongly, but it would unravel quickly. Heading into that game against the Colorado Avalanche on February 16, 2004, Naslin was the league's leading scorer at the time. But after overstretching for a puck and receiving a vicious elbow from Steve Moore, Naslin would leave the game with a concussion and a hyperextended elbow, and it was suspected he was never the same player upon his return. More tragically, there was a feeling in the air that this unpenalized event would ultimately lead the players to exact their own vengeance. March 8, 2004, when the Canucks played the Avs again, Bertuzzi would seek out Steve Moore in that infamous sucker punch that I'm not going to show so I won't get demonetized, but it was brutal, a career-ending moment for Moore that eventually had to be settled in court. And regrettably, Bertuzzi would be suspended indefinitely by the league, and the West Coast Express would never be the same. It's unfortunate that the bond between Naslin and Bertuzzi, that very bond that allowed them so much success, was ultimately what led to their downfall. Naslin's production would see a steady decline year after year, and aside from reaching round 2 of the playoffs in 2007, he was instrumental in mentoring fellow Swedes from Ornevik, the Sedin twins, as they would go on to succeed Naslin as leaders of the team. Naslin's 07-08 season proved to be his last with the Canucks, as he ended his tenure with the team as the franchise's leading goal scorer and point leader at the time. Naslin would go on to play for the New York Rangers for a season after signing with them during free agency, and he would retire from the NHL in 2009. The Canucks would go on to retire Naslin's number in 2010, signaling a highly successful career. Naslin would team up with Peter Forsberg during the 2009-2010 season as they played without salary for the struggling Modo team, who was financially in trouble and fighting to avoid regulation. Upon the completion of the successful season, Naslin would announce his retirement for a second time, this time for good. He would go on to serve as Moto's general manager until 2014, after which he ventured into the business sector as a real estate developer as well as an investor for a ski resort. His ultimate goal is to help modernize the small town of Ornevik. Marcus Naslund has had a respectable career. He will be remembered for a short time as one of the league's most dangerous players, but it was a shame the dominance had to be cut short. Though during Naslund's prime, few players could match his creativity, deking, and wrist shot. Naslund was not afraid to speak his mind, whether it's bringing the NHL to court early in his career in order to be released from his agreement in Sweden so he could play in the NHL, or requesting a trade on several occasions because he was being treated poorly. He had a high moral compass, and that's one of the reasons he was able to garner the respect of teammates and opponents. And it is with this in which we should learn from Marcus Naslund. Sometimes we find ourselves in toxic situations that we have no control over, and it's so easy to just roll with it. But like Naslund, don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and never settle for less than what you deserve. Marcus Naslund was truly a remarkable player who got the recognition in Vancouver, but not really anywhere else. He never won any championships nor many individual awards outside of Vancouver, and it's certainly a long shot for him to be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. But for a young Canucks fan who got into hockey during his prime, he was my idol, my hero, my captain, Marcus Naslund. Thanks for watching. Bye.
All right, everyone. There it was the humble story of Marcus Naslund from Kea Productions. Here's the pictures. You can have a look. Yeah, Hendrik Lundqvist on there, and there's Timo Solani congratulating them on becoming getting 1,000 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, go check out Kea Productions. I got the link in the description if you guys want it. But as you can see, a bunch of different. He is a Canucks fan, so there's some Canucks videos, lots of them, and a bunch of different other cool players as well. So make sure you go check them out. Kea Productions on YouTube. Very cool, right? The humble story of Marcus Naslund. How many people are old enough to have remembered Marcus Naslund playing, eh? My wife put her hand up. Neither, therefore, we should steal Dobby. Big hug. What? Left y'all around laugh. Scott Wonder. Big hog hockey need to make sure my boy Dobby is being taken care of. Yeah, he is. Okay, good idea, Hachigos. Learn the rules, learn the rules, learn the rules. But you go, I don't need Jesus, I need Mancini. Fair enough. Zoe, jealousy is as cruel as death. Dr. Doom, hey, Zachary. Gary Wiseman, he has all the tools, but right now he just has a tool. Yeah. Ryan, just having fun on X trolling Frank Saravelli. Yeah. So, Big Hog, we posted that from Frank Saravelli, and then Frank Saravelli has also posted saying maybe they haven't signed him yet. Maybe the deal isn't done. I might have been too quick to say that they signed him. So the 5th best rookie season by a BC-born player, Macklin Celebrini, just passed Joe Sakic as the 5th best BC rookie of all time in the NHL. 63 points in 69 games. Lefty all around. If you're close to Abbotsford and Chico, you will be able to really close to him because that is where he's starting next year. Lefty all around. Still 1-0 Sharks after 2 periods. The Oilers with much further to go in their own second period versus the Kings. 3rd period is underway. 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40. Ooh, the goalie's lost his stick. Hoglander shot at the front by Hughes, and then Hoglander picks up the rebound, puts it back down low. Quinn Hughes back on the blue line, skates the blue line, goes back to the half boards. Garland swings back. Connor Garland now on the half boards. He's on the blue line. He puts it down low. Suter picks it up. Guess the goalie still hasn't picked up his stick. He's thinking about it. Ooh, and the pass just comes out of the zone. Quinn Hughes has got a backtrack. And the Canucks put it right back up the blue line. Flipped over for Garland. Garland stops in the face-off dot. Puts it back to the blue line. Ratu shoots it. So Ratu is back. So that's good to see. Sharks goalie has gotten his stick back. Yes, put out Mancini, more target. We need higher draft picks. Jonathan's just like, fuck. Swear jar. Big Hog. That's mean. Rome, the head of the NHL, used to be called the president before they changed it to commissioner. Gil Stein used to be the president before Bettman took over. Fair enough. So Gary Bettman was like, I want to be the commissioner, not the president. Nazi, says Ryan Mellis. Just myself. Sherwood plays it through his own legs to himself. Tries to get a pass across. Gets deflected. Does eventually get to his intended target, but then he had to leave the zone. Lanky. John A. Ziegler Jr., the President's Trophy, is an award presented by the National Hockey League, NHL, to the team that finishes with the most points during the regular season. It is named after the president of the NHL at the time of its inception, John A. Ziegler Jr. the first. Huh. We should be up like 8-0, says Unique Goal Horns. Unique Goal Horns at the game, not liking what he's seeing. Go Horns! Big Hog. I want to surrender to dominance. Peter Forsberg, says Calvin 99 Charlie. Yep. Nazi and Peter were good friends. Devil. Marcus was a Penguin. Yep. Rick Tocchet, laugh out loud. Coach Robilly, yes. Rick Tocchet, -15. Yes, Nazi was a Penguin. Zoro Rosario, Bettman's worst nightmare is a Canadian team winning the Stanley Cup. Correct. Blocker saved by Tolopilo. The Canucks get it back to the blue line, but not out. Puck rings all the way around the boards to the other half boards. Puck in front, another shot. The Canucks cannot protect that part of the ice. Puck off the boards, gets knocked down by a San Jose Shark, but it's going to be high sticking, and the faceoff will come outside the Canucks zone. B-Dog, especially Vancouver. Lanky 32 involved in the greatest trade. The Miners. Ever. Alex Stoyanov, says Rome. It sure was lopsided. Ryan's out here laughing and crying. Calvin and Charlie. I love Alex on the Leafs with Matt Sundin. Huh. Matt's. I didn't like that clip of Nazi. Laugh out loud. Love Burke. West Coast Express, says Luke Fleiswater. Coach Robbie. Burke, great person. Calvin 99 Charlie, when is Russ going to get Brendan Morrison? I tried, man. He ignored me. He ignored me. The West Coast Express is Big Hug. Aronic puts it down low for O'Connor. O'Connor on the half boards puts it over to EPD. EPD with a shot to the front. Goes off the goalie and into the corner. Sharks clear it back to the blue line, but it comes back down low into the corner. Carlson getting tripped. And looks like the Sharks defenseman's not happy about it. Liljegren going to the box, number 37, Zoro Rosario. What's Mark Crawford up to this day? He can coach and get results? Maybe. Yeah. Liljegren. Liljegren. Sounds like a rapper name. What's up? My name's Liljegren and here's my rap. I'm not going to try and rap though, because that's a bad idea. It's bad enough that I sing for you guys. You don't want to see me rap. Unless I do Amish Paradise. The flow can be intimidating until you actually meet the guy. Oh, the frown. Oh, yeah. Lanky 32. Gene didn't like winning that cup. Canucks on another power play. Early. 16 minutes left to go. Aronic with a shot. That one gets blocked. Canucks managed to recover the puck. Suter. And then Suter gives the puck away. Suter does well to keep it and then immediately gives it away. Lefty all around. Crawford resigned last December from coaching or resigned in the Swiss League, citing mental health problems. Poor Mark. Yeah, I hope he just, takes some time to fix himself. To work on himself, eh? Brock Besser puts it back for Hughes. Hughes puts it down the half boards. DeBrus puts it back up for Hughes. Hughes looking across, looking over for Hronek. Hronek with a shot. That one gets deflected. And then good save by Georgiev. Hronek back over for Hughes. Hughes puts to the front of that. That goes off of skate. Then Suter. DeBrusque and Suter in the corner trying to come up with the puck. Puck gets rung around the boards. Half boards. Hughes picks it up. He's in the face-off dot. Hronek puts it back over for Hughes. Top of the face-off dot. Hughes back over for Hronek. Hronek puts it back for Hughes. Hughes puts it over for Besser. Besser with a shot. Good save by Georgiev there. Canucks cannot keep the puck in, and the puck goes all the way down the ice. Canucks are up to 21 shots. Shit was bananas. My wife says, B-A-N-E-N-E-N-S. Happy Oscar. $100 Canucks win this one. Happy Oscar. I would like the sound of that. Sherwood tags up. The Canucks are not going to be able to probably get another chance on this power play. Tolopilos stops it behind his own net. Quinn Hughes, who's been out for the entire 2-minute power play, puts it over Hoglander, who skates right down Main Street, puts it back for Sherwood. Sherwood immediately gets checked. Quinn Hughes pokes it, though, back down to Hoglander. Oh, man. Looks like Hoglander just took one to the balls. Canucks keeping it at the blue line. Hoglander's not happy. The Sharks just shot it over the glass, so they're going to take another penalty. Whoops. Lefty all around. He says he needs intensive therapy. Burke told it the way it was, says Zora Rosario. Gary Wiseman, Swiss chocolate is not for the weak. Is it very strong? Is that what it is? Lefty all around. Good question. Whoever asked about Crawford. Lefty all around. Wow, really? Ed Jobo Robocop says Calvin 99 Charlie. Lefty all around. Yes, he's an expectant grandfather and wants to be mentally healthy. Yeah, I mean, not a bad idea. South America chocolate from Switzerland. What odds do you give me at Happy Oscar? I like that Canucks jersey. Awesome video, says Big Hog. That salmon jersey. Me, says Coach Rob Willie. Brian Sinclair. I remember Marcus. He was the best. Welcome back, Brian Sinclair. Nice to have you, buddy. Big Hog. I remember Naslin. Bring Dobby, please, says Mohammed. Dobby? You want your dinner, Dobby? Okay. I'm going to feed his dinner to him on stream. Like, I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm gonna make you work for it, Dom. Oh yes, double. Come on, up. There you go. Oh yes, what a good boy. There's Dobby for you guys. Eating his dinner. He gets his dinner every day at 9 o'clock. Oh, yes. What a good boy. What a nice, fluffy boy. Shark kill off a penalty, only to immediately go on another penalty. Delandria in the box. Another guy I don't know. The Sharks have a lot of those, but so do the Canucks, I guess. All right, Canucks win the face-off. Hughes, face-off dot, puts it in the middle. Vassar with a shot. That one goes off the goalie. Oh, and then can they? Nope. Hronek. Oh, Hronek. Hronek fighting to keep it in, but cannot. Yeah. There you go, buddy. Want to lick it a bit more? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Such a nice, sweet boy, huh? Go have some water, buddy. Love you, Dobster, says though. Rome, loved Naslin, wished his time didn't fade the way it did. Yeah, me too. I wish he could have retired. Oh, Brock Besser gives the puck away again. Come on, we're only down by 1 goal, says Zoro Rosario. Bruh, says Big Hog. AJTG, who has won more than in the last 5 head-to-heads between these two? The Canucks. AJTG, the Canucks have won the last 3 games between these two teams. Calvin and Charlie, all we have to do is score 5 goals and the Sharks no more. Then my prediction is right on Knuckhead. AJTG, welcome, by the way, to Nothing is Perfect. If you haven't been here before, I'd like to welcome you. If you have been here before, welcome back. But if you do want, we are going to be live during the playoffs this year. We're going to be live during every single Stanley Cup final game. So feel free to hit that like button, hit that sub button, and support the channel. We'd appreciate it. And welcome. Welcome to chat, AJTG. And then AJTG's like, high five. And then Big Hog's like, we'd appreciate if you could like and sub. Oh, Big Hog, you already did the speech. Lanky there too. The one was not supposed to be there at the end. Ah, so it's just Junior. Coach Rob Willie, good idea, Big Hog. Yup. Wait, are you a Leafs fan, Zach? Penalty's over. Canucks did not get a shot on that power play. Ryan, I am having a great night seeing Saravelli take L's on so-called insider reporting has been amazing. Alex Stoyanov. Alec, not Alex. Massive PP. YK. What else is Massive Ninja's low taper fade? Ninja's low taper fade. Ninja's low taper fade. Jason Negra, I might be the only one in chat who knows what you're talking about. Crawford is in Sweden, I believe, or somewhere out that way. Big Hog Hockey, Jazz, Joshua also has a low taper fade. I know, right? Good one on that one, Lefty. JC Fernandez, I lay 80. What's up, JC Fernandez? Welcome to the stream. KJ, Calvin 99 Charlie, I love Russ has the Gwen Stefani song when Kent said shit is bananas, because I thought of the same thing. It was actually my wife. So you and my wife are thinking of the same things there, Calvin. Welcome to chat. JC says Big Hog. Kent McGuire trade request. GM told me to get fucked. Woo! Carlson scores! They tie the game after trying so hard, failing on a bunch of power plays. The Vancouver Canucks have finally tied the game against these filthy Sharks. Linus Carlson with a finishing touch. Elias Pettersson carries it out. Oh, and then Gorgiev just messes that up. O'Connor over for Bluger. Bluger chips it towards the net, and Gorgiev just misplays it. But Carlson driving to the front of the net, picking up that rebound off a weak shot, just jamming it in backhand. You love to see it. Number 94 for your Vancouver Canucks. Tying up the game. Woo! David W. Linus Carlson scores. Sharks Canucks tied at 1. Zach, goal. Lanky, 1-1. No, Calvin Inish, are you going to find a dog sitter? Yeah, baby. Linus Carlson's lefty all around. Jazz says, how have they scored with 12 shots on? We have 23 shots. His name, so don't judge. Coach Rob Lee, goal. Jazz, goal. Brian Sinclair, yes! Muhammad, Canucks score! Calvin 99 Charlie, Trevor Linden goal. Trevor Linden. Big Mac says goal. Boom, goal. And then Muhammad says goal. And then Thomas is like Dobby goal. And the Big Hog is like bang. And the other all around is like, yeah, I said, Carlson will be in the lineup next year. I would be mad if Carlson did that, the Charleston. I wouldn't be mad. Do. Big Hog Hockey, go. And then Thomas is like, thank you, Dobby. Yeah, look at that. Dobby comes on, eats his dinner, and the Canucks score. It works almost every time. The best Carlson. Shut up, Hachiko. Left go around. Who's been raving about Carlson? I am one of the few that sees the potential in him. How host sees it too. I do, lefty all around. I indeed do. Nice, eh? Jazz, your ass is more annoying than frickin' Oilers. Me? Brian Sinclair, Gorgiev finally getting burned on one of those bad rebounds. Yep. Took a while, but they finally got it. David W. So far, this regular season, I'm aware of just 3 games that have been decided 1-0 all on home ice with respective October, December, and April Habs, Golden Knights, and Leafs regulation, and overtime win over the Leafs, Oilers, and Habs. Lefty all around. Need to have Quinn Hughes give him some one-on-one skating lessons, and he will be fine. Jazz, I want this game to go to a shootout. And then Gary's like, laugh out loud, why shootout, Jazz? Gary Wiseman's like, got money on it? And then Jazz is like, hey, Zach, winning against the Sharks ain't for everyone. Because the Leafs lost to the Sharks twice. Calvin and Charlie, has anyone ever seen it? Russell reminded me of that dance. Maybe. He's got to clip that dance. It's not my job to clip things. That's your guys' job. Me too, Calvin, says Gary. Oh, Minor Dow showing up, gifting a membership. Look at that. Katie, Dustin Boydell, significant other. Thank you very much, Minor Dow, for donating the gifted membership. Congratulations, Katie. Dustin's significant better other in the chat getting the free gifted membership. Congratulations, Katie. Katie is Dustin's wife. Attaboy, Minor. Congrats, Katie. Hype, says Coach Rob Willie. Left all around. Who is Katie? She got the free membership. Darnell Nurse pulled is stupid tonight. Oh, no. What do you do? And then Paragolfer Pro's like, well, if my wife gets one, I'm going to donate 5. Dustin Boydell showing up and gifting 5 memberships. Vanish watching from the shadows. Josh Boma, Leafs fan. Knuckleback, who I've seen in, I think I've seen Knuckleback in Canuck Clay's streams, I think. Yeah, Knuckleback, you always get the donation train started for Canuck Clay. And then Mark from Game Time, getting the free gift of membership. Welcome, Mark from Game Time. Or no, Game Over Vancouver, sorry. Game Over Vancouver, Mark. And then G is on 007, also getting a free gift of membership. So Vanish, Josh Boma, Knuckleback, Mark, and G is on 007. Congratulations, you got a free gifted membership. And this is Mark, guys. If you haven't checked them out, Game Over Vancouver. I think it's called Game Over Vancouver. I hope I'm not butchering that for you, Mark. Game Over Vancouver does a post-game show for the Canucks. Mark, are you guys going to be live tonight? Are you live after the game, or is it someone else running it tonight, Mark? Let me know. Calvin and Charlie. Do you think Russ's legs are dangling off the couch like Quinn Hughes on the Glovey video? Oh, Tolopilo with a big save. And the puck gets shot all the way down the ice. And Teddy Bluegreen on the breakaway. He digs to the backhand. And what a save by Gorgiev. A big rebound, though. And they come out front. The puck comes into the slot. And the Vancouver Canucks can't come over it. Sharks skated out of their zone. Chaos in the third period. Chaos. They are dangling. How'd you know? Jazz, gimme. A forward from Russia. He came for the Gulag. Now he plays on the wing with Ivan Damadov. Another chance. Carlson spinning in the corner. Looks to the front. Right through the crease. O'Connor had his stick check, though. Quinn Hughes trying to break some ankles there. Skating down. Skates all the way behind the net. Looks to the front. Garland with a shot. Gorgiev with a save. Minor Tau. Dono hype. More hype. Left her around. Good on ya, Paragolfer Pro. W Major and Dusty, says Calvin and Charlie. Rome says Paragolfer Pro. Donor hype. And then Thomas says Dusty OMG. Let's go, Dono. Wow. And then Vanish is like, thank you, Para. There you go, Vanish. And then Gary's like, Knuckleback. Is that Chad Kroger's nickname after a bar brawl? Yeah. Katie, wow, says Coach Rob Willie. Mark, I appreciate the shout out. Yeah, both Kaja and I will be on. Very cool. Yeah, so guys, check out Mark and Kaja will be on Game Over Vancouver. They're going to be doing a Canucks post-game show. Zorro Rosario, the young guys are making the difference in this game. Welcome, Katie, says Coach Rob Willie. And then Minored out. Dono hype from Rome. And then Hachiko says, shark, 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 shark. And then vanishes. How did the Sharks goalie stop that? Damn, I see you, Big Geo. Gorgiev. Ooh, Ratu with a shot that goes just wide. Might have gotten, Gorgiev might have gotten a toe on it maybe. Oh, the puck comes right out in front all of a sudden. But Joshua had his stick tied up so he couldn't get it. That Canucks steal the puck on the half boards again, but then give it up. Sherwood throws a hit. DeBrusque keeps the puck. Puts it down low for Sherwood. Sherwood puts it off the boards back to the line for Kudratsev. And then Mark, thank you very much, buddy. Got to give it back. Appreciate the gifted. 279 coming in from Mark. Thank you very much, Mark. Canucks for the shot. That one goes wide. Good play from the slot. That's the play that they keep on getting burned on. Now their shot from the point. That one goes wide. Canucks are just throwing everything at net. Now the Sharks breaking out. 2-on-1. Shot goes high and wide off the boards. Canucks do it. They might be able to get an odd man rush going the other way. Canucks dump the puck in. Ty Mueller in on the forecheck. Gorgiev shoots it around and gets intercepted by O'Connor. Mueller. Hughes. Blue line. Brock Besser skates in, stops in the corner, loses an edge, but then dumps it behind the net. Bluger picks it up there. Back to the point for Hughes. Does well to negotiate that bad pass. Hronek puts it across for Hughes. Hughes stops on the blue line. He'll skate across. Right in a high slot. He'll take a shot. That one goes off his shin pad and wide. Quinn Hughes braces himself, tries to come up with a puck, but can't quite do it. Oh, and then O'Connor helps out and he gets it into the corner. O'Connor into the corner. Over for Hughes. Hughes with a wide open shot. Gorgiev saw it all the way. Game over Vancouver, I thought. Yeah, that's who it is. Thank you again, Mark, for your donation. We appreciate it. Going straight to Dobby's college education fund. And Mark, now I put, the other night I finally put 2 and 2 together because I was watching your stream and I was like, wait a minute, I've seen this guy in my stream. Mark Dono hype. Pronounce Kea. Actually, I can't say that because I thought this guy was one that slapped that guy. Mark with the dono. Jazz, yeah. Are you stupid? Says Jazz. What? Great game. Canucks are coming alive, but the Sharks are white hot. San Jose playing a similar game to the Maple Leafs. Vanish. Great save, Coach Rob Billy says. Lefty around O'Connor. You're out of my doghouse tonight. Good effort on that last shift. There you go. Lefty all around. You love to see it. Kea. Now we got it. Kea and Mark will be live after the game. The Canucks post-game show. Game over Vancouver. Yeah, it was game over Vancouver. Kea and Mark. 1-1, but it should be 5-0 us, by the way. Unique goal horns at the game. Jazz, when I earn money, I'm paying Russ for all the good memories with y'all folks. Thank you very much, Jason Egger. We appreciate you, buddy. And then Linda Bolton's in the chat. We9. What's up, Linda Bolton? And then Jazz is like, for real. And then Jason Jara, who's win? It's a 1-1 tie right now, Jason. Welcome to chat. Nice to have you, friend. And then Zach's like, what? And then Jazz is like, no one yet, Jason Janae. Jaray. I see, says Jason Jaray. Welcome, by the way, Jason Jaray. This is Nothing is Perfect. I'm Russell Holiday. The Shrek is here. Bro, what an energy, Russ. Dab. Bro. Isn't it game over Canucks? No, it's game over Vancouver. Will Smith plays for the Sharks. Yeah, Chris Rock, better watch out. Thomas, hit the sub button. Smash the like button, everyone. Canucks win the faceoff. Quinn Hughes skates down behind the net again. He turns in the corner. Comes back out front, trying to get in front. And it went right through the crease. Bluger couldn't get a stick on it. The Sharks, Toffoli dumps it into the Canucks zone. Hronek puts it behind the net. Quinn Hughes picks it up there. Quinn Hughes looking up ice for Hronek. Hronek at center. He chips it down into the Shark zone. Carlson comes in and tries to get it on a check, but the Bluger intercepts it. Carlson collects it behind the net. O'Connor trying to drag it out. Bluger puts it back up to the point. Pass down low to O'Connor. O'Connor stops in the corner and then loses the puck. Oh no, lefty all around. You might have to be mad at him again. Jazz, yeah, it's 1-1. Linda Bolton, we're back in BC. Welcome back, Linda. Welcome back to beautiful BC. Good day to arrive too. Beautiful sunny day. Jazz with around 6 minutes left. Rosie, how many minutes are till the stream is going to be over? Rosie, the stream will probably run for another while. It's probably going to be another 45 minutes or something like that. Maybe less. But the game is going to be over in 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third period. Wow. Oh, Sherwood shoots it just wide. The Canucks have shot so many pucks wide. Not much, but he will be doing a post-game show no matter win or lose, loss or win. Yep. Minor Dow. Coconuts go, Coconuts go, Coconuts go. Big Mac, Jake Sakes Hockey, Dobby, Trevor Linden. Jazz, depends on how long the game takes. The Shrek, are we going to win this in regulation time or OT loss loading? Hashtag at least we got a point. We haven't even made it to overtime yet, so I'd rather not say. Jazz, I don't know. I don't like making predictions. Calvin 99 Charlie, Rosie, I'd say 35 minutes until the game is over and Russ does a post-game segment with Dusty. Yeah. Jason J. Ray, is there a possibility to have OT? Absolutely. If nobody scores in the next 3 minutes, it's going to be overtime. Canucks coming offside. Zach, Trevor Linden, Vanish. I'm rooting for the Canucks, but damn, these Sharks have impressed me. Can these guys on the same page, get these guys on the same page? We may be looking at a teal flavored cup in a few years. Yep. Minor Dow. Thank you for all the new subs. Almost. What is that? 1 trillion subs? More subs than Mr. Beast. Can you imagine? Big Ogagi. I will make a video after this game. After. You music. No OT. Sharks win. You music. That would be very much in line with what the Canucks have done this year. We are collecting overtime losses. You music, or is it ooh music? Ooh music or you music? Ha 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 ha, says Minor Dow. Hachiko says Sharks. Mark Carlson's been sick tonight. Yeah, he's been all over the place, Mark. Good to see. Jazz. Coconuts flow. Coconuts flow. Coconuts flow. Coconuts flow. Coconuts flow. And then Rum says Jason J. Ray. Yes, it's possible this game could go to overtime. Anything is possible in Canucks world. So you music, Jason J. Ray, Dara. Is it Dara or J. Ray? How many minutes for overtime? It'll be a 5-minute overtime if they get there. So Jason, if they make it to overtime, it's a 5-minute overtime, but they only play 3-on-3 hockey. So there's only 3 players on each side. Toffoli dumps it on Tolopilo. He plays it behind his own net. Quinn Hughes picks it up. 2.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Quinn Hughes skates over the blue line. Tries a shot, but it gets deflected into the corner. Canucks come up with it. Sherwood can't come up with the puck. Sharks play it out of their own zone. And they'll skate in. Celebrini with a shot goes wide. 2 minutes left to go in the third period. Joshua off the boards and out. Man, Elias Pettersson taking a puck high after taking a stick high earlier. But luckily, it looks like he's no worse for wear. O'Connor puts the puck over. Carlson was trying to spin with it because the pass was a little behind him, but couldn't come up with it. And the Sharks will skate it over their own blue line and put the puck down low into the Canucks zone. Tolopilo stops behind his own net, and then he'll wrap it around for Carlson. Carlson with a pass out of the zone. Bluger chips it down into the Shark zone, and the Canucks will start a change. Jazz. It's not 100%. It will be going to OT. Mad Panda, says KJ. You Music, I'm new to your channel. Chino Kun. Welcome, You Music. Nice to have you, buddy. My name is Russ Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect, and we're live during every single Vancouver Canucks game. So if you want to be kept up to date on the Vancouver Canucks and the NHL postseason, make sure you hit that sub button, hit that like button, and we'll be live during every single Vancouver Canucks game next year. As well, we will be live during the NHL playoffs, regardless of the fact that the Canucks didn't make it. We're trying to get this number up to 1,000, so if you can help out with that, that would be great. Garland with a shot that goes off a booty. 25 seconds left to go in the third period. Mancini gloves it down. Sharks get out to center. And then the Sharks will just dump it down low. 14 seconds left to go. Hopefully Hronek knows that he's being chased by Toffoli. And then Hronek gives the puck away. With 7 seconds left, giving the Sharks a chance. Puck right to the middle. Ratu does well to get that puck all the way out. And that's the end of regulation. So for everyone asking, you now get to see overtime. Thank you. Whoever just hit that sub button, I appreciate you. Jazz, but around 3 to 2 minutes in regulation. Yeah. Coach Robilly, 5 minutes of 3-on-3. Rome, Jason Jara, about 3 minutes left in the game. Yeah. Oh, I see. I hope Vancouver will win. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Jason, are you a Canucks fan? Oh, Jason, you're watching from the Philippines. Okay, so you're not the only one. We actually have another guy, Dan Carlo, watching from the Philippines. I don't think he's here right now. Well, welcome, Jason. What brought you into the channel? Calvin and Charlie, wait. With a minute left, Vancouver will score 4 unexpected goals to win the game. And then Thomas says, Coconuts glow, Coconuts glow, Coconuts glow. And then Linda says, hey, Russ, we are back here camping on the Fraser River. We love listening to your podcast. You are the best. We love you. And Dobby, thanks for entertaining us. You're very welcome, Linda. It's always good to see you. Camping on the Fraser River, eh? Beautiful day for camping. Do you get to fish on the Fraser River, or are you just like hanging out by the fire? You never know, Calvin. Jason, yeah, I hope so. Rome, Jason, us too. Yeah, we hope the Canucks win too. The Shrek, can we get Rick Tocchet, sorry for the error in spelling, to play OT today? Laughing and crying. I really want to see how he strategizes for OTs. I know, right? Okay, I'm going to do a very last minute poll question here, guys. Do you want Tocchet back? Here it is, everyone. Okay, do you guys want Rick Tocchet back? All right, 3-on-3 is about to get underway here, kids. There it is, 3-on-3 is underway. 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. Okay, they keep on getting rid of that. 45, 44, 43, 42. Suter with a shot. Runs into Georgiev. Suter hustling to get back. Sharks changed the player. Now skating to the middle. 4:30 left to go in overtime. Jason, we have the same first name. That's cool. Jason and Jason. We got Jason J. Ray and Jason Agra. Tolopilo will keep the puck in play. Quinn Hughes picks it up. Connor Garland behind his own net skates it out. The Canucks have been to overtime 24 times this year. That's wild. Let's go Sharks, says Ajiko. Go Canucks go, says Jazz. OT. Jazz says go Canucks go, go Canucks go. Quinn Hughes skating over the blue line. Skates in behind the net. Out the far side. Face off dot. Turns around. Does another turn. Skates back out. High slot. Puts the puck over Brock Besser. Brock Besser drops it for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes. Deeks. Backhand. Brock Besser picks it up. Puts it just wide. Then Quinn Hughes rips it down the ice Tolopilo can't stop it though. Brock Besser puts it up the boards. Veronic out there. Canucks trying to come up with the puck in their own zone. Jake DeBrusk puts it back into the corner. Chaos. Who are you going to watch? To be watching, Rusty? I'm starting to lean towards the LA Edmonton series, Thomas. O'Connor in. Veronic driving the net. Puck doesn't get there though. Veronic now high slot. Drops it for O'Connor. O'Connor looks for Sherwood. Sherwood's looking for a shot. He puts it back for Veronic though. Veronic high slot. Takes a shot. Georgiev with a save. Sherwood walking the blue line. Canucks managed to get a change, but it looks like Sherwood's going to bring the puck out. Marcus Pettersson out onto the ice in overtime now. I guess it was wishful thinking. And then lefty arm was like, what part of the Philippines, Jason? Garland with a shot. That one goes off a stick. High and wide off the boards. Marcus Pettersson passes over for Garland. Garland turns back in his own zone in front of Tolopilo. Cuts across the center. Marcus Pettersson drops it for Garland. Stops on the blue line. Garland walks the blue line, puts the puck back for Hughes. Hughes skating down into the faceoff dot. Around behind the net again. Quinn Hughes puts it back for Garland. Garland puts it down for Marcus Pettersson. Marcus Pettersson. Oh, it's Suter now. Oh, puck right in front. Quinn Hughes with a good chance. Suter with a shot. Goes high and wide. Out of play. Whistle blows. Canucks are up to 32 shots now. 1:48 left to go in overtime. Let's go Canucks. Blue, white, green. Blue, white, green. Blue, white, green. And vanishes like, and we're off to overtime. Getting close. Can't sleep on this San Jose team, man. Saying a prayer here. Could we go either way? Good game. Jason, I hope we can win Vancouver. Hachiko, I hope the Canucks lose. Jazz, hell no. David W. looking forward to OT, although with the game likely to end at any point with the next 15 minutes or so, I plan to turn to various post-game streams. Big Hog, ban him, JK, says Thomas. Hachiko, I do too. I want us to tank. Jason, that's so crucial since it's 3-on-3. Yeah. You got to win the face-off. Make sure it's nah or not knee. I voted wrong. I don't want Coach Talk It back. Almost has vanished. Yep. Everyone has had their best years under the coaching, but I wouldn't be opposed with the man. Malhotra took his place. Yep. Good recovery. Here we go. It says vanish. Lanky, there's you, Jason, but go by J. Oh, Lanky, are you a J as well? So many J's. Oops, I did too, KJ. Laugh out loud. Stoner, I tell ya. KJ's laughing out loud, laughing and crying. Canucks win the faceoff. Ratu plays some interference. Like he didn't get called on that. Now Ratu's literally just out there to take the faceoff, I guess. Garland comes back on the ice. Coilers, ooh. Yeah, but it's Coilers versus LA. Got my heart pounding. I can't be with either team winning. Gonna be a big one. Suited with a shot. Georgiev plays the puck. Macklin Celebrini turns in the corner. Sharks with possession. Pass all the way down the ice. Celebrini, before you join the Canucks, we need to inform you that icing is not right. We're playing hockey. We're not baking cakes, Macklin. So learn the rules. 12:30 Toronto. Torontonians living in the future. Good Lord, says Vanish. Shootout time, says Jonathan. Not quite. Michael Chow, Connor Garland has the least serious shot ever. And then Coach Rob Willie's like, Canucks goal? Not yet, buddy. The Shrek, the wild we have. That's wild. We have 33 shots. Yeah, up to 35 now. Calvin and Charlie, I don't like the way Connor has his face to the blade of his stick. Laugh out loud. Quinn Hughes in his own zone, being harassed by Celebrini. Puts it to the middle. Canucks come in 2-on-1. Brock Besser over to Suter. Suter with a backhand, and Georgiev makes a save and covers it up. No, I guess, says Coach Rob. Yeah. Gary Wiseman, 33 is one more than 32. That is correct, Gary Wiseman. You're so wise. Let's go Warriors, says Big Hog. Come out and play, says B-Dog. And then KJ's like, learn the rules, learn the rules, learn the rules. And Thomas is like, learn the rules. And Zach's like, learn the rules. And then Calvin's like, I love that game. Such a good game. The Warriors game. Vanish would take a shootout here. Would be poetic for the last one of 2 games. Fair enough. Thomas, how did he get ice time in OT? Gorgiev getting his skate all fixed up. Referees in there inspecting to make sure it's all done. Suter trying to squeak it through, but Gorgiev made the save. Gary Wiseman, who? Sandstorm. I don't know what just happened. I just blacked out. Tornado. Timeout. San Jose's called the timeout. That's weird. Clinking beer bottles on my fingers. Talkett put out 94 for shootout. He has deserved it tonight. Woo! We're up to 9-10, kids. Thank you very much, whoever just subscribed. We appreciate it. What is your favorite Blink-182 song? That's a hard one. I would probably say, What's My Age Again? What's my age again? What's my age again? Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Now my wife is singing it. Oh, the rock show. I fell in love with a girl at the rock show. She said why, and I told her that I didn't know. But I'd say, I think What's My Age Again? Because I relate to it with all the prank phone calls and whatnot. Someday I'll tell you guys the story about how I faked my own death live on the radio. But we'll save that for another day. Quinn Hughes doing circles. Brock Besser puts it wide, and then Jake DeBrusk off the boards. He comes right out front. The Vancouver Canucks have done the thing and won the game in overtime. Quinn Hughes ties the all-time defenseman point record, and Nikita Tolopilo gets his first NHL victory. We got an old record getting beat. We got a young guy getting his first victory. Heck yes, you love to see it. Vancouver Canucks have won the game in overtime. Woo! Final in OT. Look at that, kids. Look at that. End of OT. Rave. Do-do-do-do. Never mind. Do-do-do-do-do. And Coach Riley was like, go, 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 go. And then Lanky 32 is like, Canucks win. And then Doug Dwor's like, great song. And then Chico's like, goal Sharks. You jinx your Sharks. Yeah, DeBrusk with the winner. DeBrusk. And then KJ's like, go, 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 go. And the Shrek's like, we won. We won. And then Vanish is like, bang, yeah. And then Luke Flystar was like, goal. And then KJ's like, DeBrusk with the game winner. And then Calvin 99 was like, Trevor Linden goal, 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 Trevor Linden. And then Calvin's like, I called it. And then Kent is like, DeBrucey. And then Muhammad says, Canucks score. And then Zach says, go, 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 go. And then the Shrek says, dab, dab, dab. And then Muhammad's like, goal. And then Thomas is like, go, 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 go. Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden. And then Doug Dwor's like, boom, shakalaka. And then Vanish is like, shake and bake, baby. Oh, yeah. And then Gamer's like, first eye. And then Big Hog's like, bang. And then Big Hog's like, go, 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 boom, go, go. We did the thing. Ha ha. And then B-Dog's like, woohoo. And then Big Hog is like, go, 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 go. And then Thomas is like, let's go. And then Big Hog's like, boy, Quinn. And then the Shrek says, Ross, we won. And then Gamer's like, overtime, win at home, party. And then KJ's like, eggplant. And then Big Hog's like, suck it, Hachiko. And then Chico's like, Sharks will sweep the season series next season. Yep. We beat you every game this season, Hachiko, all by 1 goal. And then Drew Richards is like, goal, Canucks goal, goal, Canucks goal, Trevor Linden, goal, Canucks goal, Trevor Linden, Dobby. And then Zach's like, bang. And then Michael Chad's like, Sharks hit the flow. Next thing you know, Tolopilo, low. I think that's what you're going for. Tolopilo, low. Let's go Leafs. And then Lefty Ryan's like, go. And then Big Hog's like getting some sweeps out there because he's swept. Coach Rabbelli says, great game. And then Unique Goalhorn's like, lost my voice of the game. Good thing you can text. And Vanish has said it before, Russ. I'll say it again. When the Canucks team clicks, records are broken and unspeakable things happen. Cup inbound in a few seasons. Sweep. Tolopilo's first NHL win yet. Doug Roll. Goal. To Jungite. Well, I'll be an OT winner. Mohammed's like, go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. And then B-Dog's like, good for Tolopilo. Reward for a season. Yeah, that is true. All right. We're celebrating, but we need to get Dustin on here too for the post-game show. So let's make sure we do that. Let's get him on the line so we can celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on. Dustin, the parade's back on, buddy.
What do
We win against the Sharks.
Could have used about 7 more of those overtime wins this season. We were in the playoffs.
It's very true. What is the stat they gave out? 24 overtime games this year? That's like literally more than a quarter of the schedule is in overtime.
Yeah, that was their 24th overtime appearance, and they had lost 14 of those.
Yeah.
Like I said, if they had managed to pull off 7 more wins in overtime.
Not to correct you, but if they even pulled off 3 of those, they'd be in the playoffs.
Yeah, well.
The whole season came down to 3 goals. And the fact that the Canucks could not figure out how to play in overtime until the last 25% of the season. Pretty hilarious.
Well, no, because those are single points, right? So they would have needed...
Right, you're correct.
They would have needed like 6 or 7 of those. But still, learn how to freaking play 3. Okay, yes, we won tonight, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Good bounce right to DeBrusque. Is Aturatu not a good enough freaking player to stay out there after he wins the draw to try and score? Like, what the hell are we doing? It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
It's a mean-nothing game.
Take a guy you're taking a guy completely out of the play. Like, you win the face-off, like, drive the net. Instead, we win the face-off and we wait. Because he's got to get off and the other guy's got to get on. It's so dumb. Like, this is the shit that I'm sick of, man. Like, I will not be sad if Take walks. Because that just looks stupid. They did it twice and it just looked so dumb.
So when the Canucks re-sign Take to a 5-year deal.
No!
Dustin said just... Hey, Macklin Celebrini finally scored. He's looked like crap against the Canucks every single game they played, but he finally comes up, assisted by former Vancouver Canuck Tyler Toffoli.
Yep. Yeah, big brother, basically, Toffoli there to Macklin and one Will Smith. Every time I hear him call out Johnny Shorthouse, call him out, it makes me giggle. I'm like, his nickname better be Fresh Prince.
Yeah. Because there's always snow, so there's Fresh Prince. What is that? There's a joke in there somewhere.
There's a joke in there somewhere. Yeah.
I'll let you guys try and find
Something
it.
about Chris Rock. I don't know.
Linus Karlsson also scoring, so another young guy picking up a goal. Good to see him doing what he does, being in front of the net and chipping in rebounds. And
a big part of that goal started by D. Petey there using his feet the way he has been in Abbotsford all year, getting that puck around the back of the net and out of the zone up to Karlsson, who then chipped it ahead to to I think it was Bluger or someone. Bluger was on the far side, but yeah, Carlson driving the net, cleaning up that rebound.
Yeah, it was
And
Bluger's shot to the front of the net that ended up going into as the rebound.
Yeah, so it was good, really good play all around from the team there, and then finding a way to get it done in overtime. Tolopilo getting a W in his first career start. I wonder if they'll have to cut the puck in half, though, because Quinn Hughes also tying Alex Edler for most points as a defenseman in a Canuck uniform. So maybe not as important as when he gets the breaker. So maybe Hughes will get the next puck.
Yeah, give the puck to Tolopilo, and then when you break the record next game, then Quinn Hughes can keep that puck.
There you go.
Katie in chat recently given a gifted membership. Please know, laughing and crying, our house will be chaos. Hashtag don't re-sign Talkit.
Katie doesn't have to hear a lot of rants about Talkit. What is she talking about?
She's like, I'm sick of it. I'm more sick of the rants than Dustin is of Talkit.
She's been through a lot this year, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's been a tough year, all right, Canucks fans? It's been a tough year.
Well, the other thing, too, I wanted to point out, Quinn Hughes with an assist on that overtime goal by Jake DeBrusk. That's his 60th assist of the season.
Yeah, it's just crazy how much, how important he is to the offense. And that's with the time that he missed. I mean, well in front of anyone else on the team for scoring late.
Yeah, what is the gap now? It's like 25 points or something like that between the Canucks scores.
I don't even want to look. It hurts my soul.
I'm looking it up right now. I apologize.
Yeah, you're going to show it and make everyone cry.
If I can find it. But I'm an old man, so the internet is difficult for me to navigate, you know?
Yeah. Your birth certificate is showing.
How to use this thing? www.canuckstats.com. Is that it?
The 19 on your birth certificate's showing, Russ.
Yeah. Oh man, how'd you know? All right, so Vancouver Canucks. Oh my gosh, I'm into like teams that don't even exist anymore. Yeah, so Quinn Hughes. Let's bring it up here so everyone can see this. Oh man, I'm stressed right now. Okay, here we go. Now you can see it. And there it is. Yeah, so Quinn Hughes, 75 points. Brock Besser's the next one down. Connor Garland with 49 points. So that's a 26-point gap.
That shouldn't happen. I mean, it's great. But could you imagine if we had some forwards that could put the puck in the net?
Wow, and the fact that
his point totals would be even higher.
Brock Besser, 49 points, minus 25.
Yep.
Do we want to resign to 8x8?
I've said my piece on Besser.
I've said
my piece. The numbers don't lie. You cannot get snowed by one 40-goal season where everyone went off. Like it's a one-off. You can't. You gotta separate the emotions. You gotta.
So Tolopilo gets his first win. Kudratsev plays in his first game, ends up getting about 13 minutes of ice time. Was a +1, so he was on the ice for the first goal as the defensive pair. Didn't notice him, so that's probably the good thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, all the young guys look great out there. None of them look out of place, but I mean, they are playing against San Jose, right? So
Fair.
it's tough to it's really tough to like fully analyze these games. Tolopilo did a great job with pretty light work. I really liked DPD's game.
Mm-hmm.
Like after taking the high stick, coming back and battling through. I think he almost took a puck up high later in the game and just stayed out there and was a big part of the first goal. Didn't get an assist, but he was the main driver of getting that out of the zone. So I really think he had a great game. And then, of course, you got DeBrusk, Besser, and Hughes, the guys who should be getting it done in overtime, got it done.
DeBrusk with another kind of a lucky bounce off the end boards, but he didn't make any mistake, and he gives it through Gorgiev to finish that thing off. So that's good to see.
Yeah, and Gorgiev with a great game too, looking like the Gorgiev of last year that was really an important part of the Colorado Avalanche, refinding some of that form maybe.
He's like the DeBrusque of goalies. Sometimes he shows up, sometimes he doesn't. When he does, he can win games all on his own. Like he'll make 45 saves and win a game, but he can also allow like 6 goals on 12 shots, sort of thing.
Fair, yeah.
Let's jump into the 3 stars.
Fair, yep,
game.
yep.
What are your predictions there, Mr. Dustin?
Oh, Shorty's the nostalgic type. So we had a first-time winner, so a Tolopilo, even though he didn't really do much.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn Hughes tying Alex Edler for points.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Gorgiev did make 35 saves, so if they were gonna maybe throw it, well, I don't know. It's a coin flip, Gorgiev or Celebrini.
Nailed it.
I would give it to Gorgiev.
Quinn Hughes, first star.
But,
I guess bigger milestone than your first NHL win, getting his point, and that ties Alexander Edler.
Yeah,
Macklin Celebrini with the second star, scoring his first goal in Rogers Arena, the first of many to come once he joins the team. And then Nikita Tolopilo with a less than 1 goals against because he got pulled a couple times, and a .938 save percentage for his first win. Only had to make 15 saves out of the 16 shots, but either way, he did what he needed to do and got it. And that's what really matters at the end of the day.
That's fair enough, but I really would have given the second star to Gorgiev. I mean, San Jose had no business being in this game.
Correct.
There was a lot of chances that the Canucks could have been up big. He made some big saves for them, especially on the power play early. The first 2 or 3 power plays the Canucks had, he really held the Sharks in this game. So yeah, but we'll see.
I don't know if you saw earlier, Big Hog sent me the tweet from Frank Saravelli saying that Willander had signed. And now I guess he's getting torched because I guess Willander's agent has sent an email out that said, like, no, they haven't signed. I don't know what you're talking about. So now Frank Saravelli is backpedaling on Twitter. Have you been seeing that too?
Yeah, his sources, Thin and Air, were incorrect. So let's just, Canucks fans, do not ever listen to anything Frank Saravelli says about this team. He barely knows anything about the Oilers, and that's the team he focuses on. So let's just he gives the early silver hair folks a real bad name.
When I found out, what is he like?
That guy's younger than us, man.
Yeah.
He's like 35 years old, and he looks like he's 50. So what does that tell you? Don't listen to him. I don't know how is he the chair of the Pacific Hockey Writers Association? Like, how did that happen?
Is it nepotism? Does he have like a father or something who runs the thing?
I don't know. Just he needed to put the phone down today. That was a whole day of just bad takes. I mean, you don't need to come out and tell everybody that Couture's retiring because of bad health. Like, you can just say that the Sharks are having a press conference tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's awful situation, but let the guy dictate his own story. Like, social media is just death for privacy for these players or any celebrity for that matter. But yeah, just Saravelli with 2 big misses today.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of.
And then he basically just says everything that's obvious. It's like, well, sources say that there's going to get a deal done for the 2025-2026 season. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. I also just noticed
if anyone ever needs to lose their password to X, it's him.
Macklin Celebrini scored his goal at the 4:20 mark of the period.
Yes, he did. He did. Yeah.
You love to see it.
I saw that.
That's his secret way of saying, yes, I'm coming to BC for the bud.
Shorty. Yeah, he did it just for Shorty.
That's hilarious. So Dustin, I'm thinking about covering the LA Edmonton Oilers series. What do you think about that?
Are we cheering for LA?
I think so, yeah. we're gonna cheer for our boy Kuzi, right? Like, why wouldn't we cheer for a former Vancouver Canuck?
Yeah, who would have known that Kuzmenko's such an offensive threat if you just let him play offense?
18 points in 12 games or something like that. It's
I
ridiculous.
want to. It makes me sad.
But I mean, there is that recency bias too, right? And I mean, Kuzi does kind of show that same thing when he went to Calgary, right? Like when he first got to Calgary, he was lights out. So we'll see how she goes.
As soon as the coach wants you to work hard, it's a different story, right? So we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
They just give him some bananas and he'll be fine.
But you know what my worst fear is right now? That Calgary makes it in, and we're the only Canadian team that didn't make the playoffs.
But part of me wants Minnesota to miss now.
I know that, but like
being the only Canadian team
makes me want to throw up in my mouth. Like being the only Canadian team that doesn't make the playoffs. Yeah,
that would be a bad look. But at least we have a lot of really good excuses.
Yeah, and I saw someone asked earlier what would the name of the season be, and it's the at least we got a point season.
A quarter of the season, hashtag at least we got a point.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal. All right, second last game of the season.
Sorry, what?
What?
I didn't say anything.
Vegas, Wednesday night, the last game of the season. Last time for Quinn Hughes to break the record for Alexander this season. Maybe we see Hedl. What are you expecting to see? A bunch more young guys making their NHL debut?
I don't know if we'll see anyone else making their debut, but we'll probably see pretty much the same lineup, except maybe Hedl gets in and Ratu gets a night off. He's probably a little banged up. He'll probably be a little sore tomorrow after the kind of dropping on his knee. I mean, we've both done that where you just drop straight on the kneecap, even wearing the shin pad. Oh, sometimes you just jam it and it's like, yeah, you can stay in the game when the adrenaline's pumping, but the next day you're like a 80-year-old man. So we'll see how Ratu's feeling tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if he misses the next game because they're going to want to get him feeling good for the playoffs in Abbotsford.
Right. Yeah. And then we got the Abbey Canucks coming up with a game on Friday, right?
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So they play Wednesday on the road, and then Friday and Saturday as well to wrap up their season. So 3 more games left. And honestly, that's why I'm not super upset that Wielanders just kind of everyone's taking their time, because there's no real rush to get him over here. Where's he going to play? Like, what? There's nowhere in the lineup really for him to go right now. Like, just everyone just needs to finish the season, get the contract done for next year, get him to come into training camp and whatever. And you know, we got to see where Myers is at too. Like, maybe we have to move Myers because we're going to have a very packed right side all of a sudden, which is not something you usually say as an NHL team. But we're going to have a wealth of right-handed defenders and of like quality NHL ready guys. So we'll have to see what happens with him going forward. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that gets announced in the next couple of days. And also we have the Vegas game. And then shortly after that, by the end of the week, I'm sure we know what's going on with Talkett and company, and we'll just see. One more game, Canucks fans. You guys have stuck with us this long. We can make it.
Oh, we've been live during every single Vancouver Canucks game so far this year, and we'll be live for one more on Wednesday against the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, and then I'll drop in on you in the playoffs when you want to have me, and the push to 1,000. Now's the push to 1,000 subs, right?
Get to 1,000 before the end of the Stanley Cup Finals, I think. Woo! I think we can do it.
That'd be beautiful. Yeah, I think so. And then what? Then sky's the limit, right?
Yep. And we start doing more stuff. more time to make videos and more income coming through the YouTube channel. And then we can start getting more and more content here on Nothing is Perfect. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah, you get to that 1,000 number and we can start gifting more memberships too.
Exactly.
They won't get rejected.
Although I did check the other day, I think we're at like 95 members right now, which is absolutely wild because I think we usually average like 40 or 50 people watching. So we have like double the amount of members than we have in the stream on average. But it depends on who's here, right?
Yeah,
People come in and out.
Yep. But everyone who is here, make sure you click the like button and share, because clicking that like button pushes Russ up the algorithm. So help him out. Help him get to that 1,000 subs, guys.
Is there anything you want to say to the
and girls,
the kids in chat before I let you go?
Oh, just appreciate you all being here as always. The support's awesome. Happy to be here and talk about the games, even though it's tough to analyze at this time of year when you're not playing for the playoffs or anything like that. But always lots to talk about with the prospects and everything like that. We'll keep you guys informed as best we can. And obviously, Abbotsford has a playoff push coming up. So while Russ is streaming in the playoffs, we'll have Abbotsford Canucks updates consistently. So keep your ears peeled for those and have a great night. And we'll see everyone Wednesday.
Cool, Dustin. Thank you very much for everything tonight. And thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. And we'll talk to you on Wednesday, brother.
I'll talk to you then. Take care.
Dustin Boydell, everyone. The Silver Fox. Stopping by for the little post-game show. You love to see it. Hashtag, you love to see it. Ah, the Canucks pull off the win. You love to see it. Why are you in the chat? I just don't understand why Rick was obsessed with Noah Juleson. Yeah. I agree with you. Why are you? Birth week then? Horoscope sign Calvin, Taurus, Aries? Big Hog Hockey, I want your house to be chaos. Week 51 for 14th. Katie says, hey, Big Hog, we've had enough this year. Thanks. Big Hog's like, bro. And then Zoro Rosario says, congratulations to Tolopilo and Quinn. Go Canucks. And then Big Hog's like, Katie, blink twice if you're in danger. Blink, blink. LMAO, just totally kidding. He's an angel. OMG, says Big Hog. Sure. Jake the Pancake back in chat. Oilers players not playing against the Kings tonight. Injured and scratched McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, Ekholm, Frederick, Kane, Stetcher, Klinberg, Regula, Wallman, and McDavid is the only scratch. Huggy for heart? Hell yeah. Haha, Big Hog wouldn't be with him if he wasn't. Laugh out loud. Calvin 99 Charlie. Katie, you don't have to explain yourself to an 8-year-old. Wow, Calvin, says Big Hog. I'm actually 9. Nerd! Trevor Linden. Katie, ha 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 ha. Gosh, get it right. Big Hog Hockey, yup. Hachiko 9, like 9 months. Yup. Every star of the game is a current or future Vancouver Canuck. True. Drew Richards, night, everyone. Coconuts glow. See you later, Drewski. Thanks for being here, buddy. Sarah Valley got a little excited. Big Hog got excited too. Yup. I'm sorry, Dustin. Covenant, that's why I don't follow them unless it comes from Alvin and Rutherford themselves or the player. Wow, what a debut for Demidov, hey? Goal and an assist and a loss. Beautiful goal too, eh, Luke Fleischwater? Montreal pulling their own Pavel Bure. Deadly Flames, man. F. Frank Saravelli ripping us for cheering for the Panthers against the Oilers. I hate that guy. True. Deadly Flames, you got that right. Menko Kuz. Who I do cheer for the Canucks. Oh, wait, we're not in the playoffs. If you cheer LA, I'm watching the stream. But you give me $100 and I'll be your arena reporter, Russ and Dustin. Same Dustin. Zachary McNally, Leafs, I'll watch the stream. Ouch. Thanks, Dusty. Laugh out loud. Big Hog. Same, me and Ichiko will be reporters. Mohammed, thank you, Russell, for streaming. Much appreciated and have a great rest of the evening. Thank you. Blue, white, green. Blue, white, green. Blue, white, green. You're very welcome, Mohammed. It's nice to have you here. Thanks for stopping by. Fireborn Knights. The eyes wide open looking for Wednesday. Should be a fun game, Fireborn. Katie, I want Minnesota to get in the playoffs because I'm not ready for Fleury to be not in the NHL anymore. True, Katie. That's fair. Kevin and Charlie, kind of sad the Vancouver Canucks didn't come out to shake his hand last time in Vancouver. That's gross. Midnight Solar, and I want the Habs to lose, so we'll make it Russell and Dustin. Yes, you guys still have a chance, man. Can you believe it? I told you it was going to come down to the last day. Izod, go Canucks! Welcome, Izod. Nice to have you. Katie, everyone cheered him at first, so what's the heck? He's a legend. Big Hog, funny how the AHL season lasts longer than the NHL season. Anyone know why? Because they only play weekends usually. Calvin 99 Charlie, these days you need someone on the team to care about like Ovi did with his team. Yep. Fireborn. All I have to say is good luck. Well, I hope you guys sit a bunch of your best players. Katie, I love that with Ovi. It's a respect thing, not a team thing. Big Hog Hockey, chasing 1,000 subs is like Ovi chasing a goal record before the end of the season. Izod, see you Wednesday, Canucks fans. See you there, Izod. Nice to have you. Dark Charge 87. I'm going fishing. Woo! Have fun fishing. Calvin and Charlie, I wish Flower played in Vancouver instead of sitting out. Me too. If he would have played the game, they would have shook his hand, I think. Emperor King, nice game win for LA Kings against the Oilers. 5-0. I was chilling, having a good night, Russell. Yeah, you boys thumped them. Good job, Emperor King. Katie, ugh, that would have been amazing. Zoro Rosario, don't think Rick will bounce off to the Penguins. No. Dark Charge doesn't want him. Calvin and Charlie, it's probably had to do with the loss against the Sharks because I believe he was the goalie, so that could have been the reason why he didn't play. Possible. But Minnesota's chasing a playoff spot, so see ya, Big Dusty. Dr. Doom, have a good one. Nothing. See you later, Dr. Doom. Take it easy, brother. Good night. Oh, I'm Arrow. Excellent, says Miserable Sabres fan. Sweet dreams, says Izod. Zoro Rosario, you can't trade 148 for 224s. Why not? That's good math. More than you can count, Zoro. Sabres fan 17. Never give us a power play. Hit that like button too, says Emperor King. I think I got Dobby hair on my face. And as you know, when Dobby hair gets on your face, there is literally nothing you can do about it. It just lives there. It lives there now. Woo-wee! Izod, it's actually not raining. Enjoy. Wear your sunscreen. Yeah, it is sunny out here. Izod? It was a sunny day here in BC. Okay, kids. Like I said, we will be live on Wednesday night for the last game of the Canucks regular season schedule. It's going to be against the Vegas Golden Knights, as Fireborn Knights has let us know. We shouldn't give them power plays. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Let's quickly go through all the donations tonight. Zach becoming a member. Thank you very much, Zach. Minor Dow showing up, $5. If you could give the Canucks an award for this year, what would you name it? And I said the Chaos Award. Big Mac, can I get a countdown? I had to change TVs. Thank you. Minor Dow with a gifted membership. And then Paragraph Pro dropping 5 gifted memberships. And then Mark from Game Over Vancouver. Got to give it back. Appreciate the gift. Mark. Dobby hair. Yeah, I know, right, Izod? That game between us and the others got ugly. Izod, hey! I am 9-10. Well, thank you everyone for being here. We'll be doing our last Canucks game for the season on Wednesday night. It's a 7 o'clock game, so we'll be live at 6:40. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. It's been a lot of fun. And that's the thing. Everyone's like, I don't know if I want to watch the Canucks game while they're not in playoff contention. Everyone's having fun. Oh, you are 9-10. Oh, I get it now. It took me a second there. Took me a second. Izod, thank you very much for being number 910. I appreciate the sub. And we'll see you on Wednesday because that's when we're going to be live next. So everyone remember, my name is Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect. And make sure that you make good choices.